Hello. Hello, is everything working? If I press this button, you should see my face. I think you can now see my face. Hello, we're back. I'm streaming again. It's been about, what, 7 months? I think November or December. No, December was the last stream. So yeah, about 6 or 7 months. Hi. This will likely be riddled with technical difficulties as I haven't streamed in a long time and have forgotten how to do most of it. So do please let me know in the chat if you can't see or hear me at any point, because it's probably going to happen at least a few times. Also, these sunglasses make it very difficult to read the chat because they're very dark. So there we go. Just move them up like that. And, well, you can see the hat, you can see the glasses, and no one's saying you can't hear me. So that's good. Also, do let me know if things are too quiet at any point or too loud. That's another thing that will probably need tweaking as we go along. So hello, welcome to the stream. We're going to stream some Satisfactory because I'm a bit hooked on it and I enjoy it a lot. So we're going to play some. I thought I'd wear the glasses because everyone keeps telling me how much they like the glasses in the comments. So I thought I'd wear them and the hat. I mean, I probably will have to change the hat out for headphones at some point. You may have seen that I tweeted about how shiny these were and how it caused problems when I made the video, because I didn't anticipate how shiny they were going to be, and I didn't think that, wait a minute, if I'm adding lots of special effects to this video, they're going to need to appear in the glasses as well. So I did actually have to go and trace motion track and rotoscope shiny things into the glasses from a lot of the shots of the video. But just to give you an idea how shiny they are, you can see what's on my monitors there. You can see what's going on. There's the chat. You might just read. Could you read yourselves? That's the chat. Could you see yourselves in my glasses? There we are. And if you want a little tour of my desk area, I don't even need to move up or move or get the camera moved. Really, I don't have to stand up. If you look up there, there's a little shelf full of Fallout bobbleheads there. Just below that, there is some assorted DVDs and some photographs. Over this side, there's my microphone. There's an assortment of DVDs. There's a rubber duck there, if you look closely, from my Hitman video. And just above that, there's my play button. So there you are. That's a little tour of my desk in my glasses. And I don't even need to really bring up the gameplay at any point this evening, because if I lean in close enough, you can just watch the gameplay in my glasses as I play. But that's a very silly idea, and it is very difficult to read anything with those on because they're very tinted. Also, I can't wear headphones with the hat on, so that's also got to go. But wasn't that a fun little bit of costume? Ooh. Oh. Let's pause that. I just realised I was playing the stream back and didn't have the headphones on. I hope you can just hear everything I was saying twice. Okay, cool. No one was talking about how you could hear all the audio twice, which means the doubling of the audio was only on my computer. Good. That's a good thing. I was worried for a second there. Okay. Thank you, James Jams. So yes, thank you all for joining me for the inaugural stream on Stupendium, unless you count the one I did a few days ago, which was just for like patrons, and there was like 3 people there, and we just basically tested things to make sure everything worked. Because we have a whole new layout now. We've got a new purpley graphics, and the lighting's better, the green screening's better. It's all better. So a massive thank you to my patrons who helped fund a lot of this new equipment for streaming, and B, also to Overclockers UK, who helped me out with it as well. And I've realised I should have mentioned that in the description, but I will credit them. Yeah, Overclockers as well. Thank you, Overclockers, for helping hook me up with some of this stuff. Where did I get the glasses? A lot of people ask where I got the glasses from. They're just from Amazon. They're just from Amazon. And believe it or not, they are not the glasses I wanted. I ordered a totally different pair that were even more construction-y and sci-fi, and they were really cool. But they didn't arrive in time. They disappeared in the post. I got a message from the seller. I ordered them from overseas quite far in advance, but it got like a week before the shoot, and they hadn't shown up. And I messaged the seller, and they said, yeah, they're gone. They're lost in the post. So I got a refund and had to find another pair very last minute. So I ordered these ones. And then they sent the wrong ones of these, which arrived like 2 days before the shoot. They sent them in the wrong colour. They sent plain black ones, not the purple and gold. I had to order another pair, and they arrived the day of the shoot, I think, or just the evening of the day before. It's a bit of a sunglasses nightmare. But yeah, they're just from Amazon. I just searched for big sunglasses on Amazon and just trawled through about 100 pages of different sunglasses. If you are a patron, by the way, I also have the Patreon Discord chat up as well as the chat. So if you want to be able to chat to me, you can use that as well, and I will be able to more directly respond to patrons in the patron Discord room. But I also have the regular chat open as well. So we'll see how this goes. So I guess I should launch the game, shouldn't I? Is everyone good? Yeah, I've been babbling for a long time and not really replying to people, but. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you to any mods who are here as well today. We've got a whole bunch of new mods as well, so thank you. Cool, okay, let's launch the game. Let's go to my library and launch the game, and then we can move over to the gaming screen. That's okay, Liliosaurus. Thank you very much. Thanks for popping by nonetheless. Can you be a patron? You don't know how? You can be a patron. There is a link to my Patreon in the description of this video. And oh, Satisfactory has launched on the wrong monitor. It never launches over there. That's the monitor you won't be able to see. I'm going to have to move that back and hope it works. I hope it doesn't get confused. Because currently, as it's launching on that monitor, it's launched right over the top of the chat. So I'm blind. I'm currently blind. And it is a game that does take a little while to load. It is early access. It does take a moment to get itself going. Ooh, awkward. Come on. Ah, well, there's a loading screen. It's gone from black screen to loading screen. That's good. And there's the logo for Coffee Stain. Good. Okay, we are in. Let's just move that to the right monitor so I can show it to you. Options. Full screen. Okay, it's now in a window. Move it back over to here. Put it back to full screen. Work. And then we set the resolution to... Oh, it's doing the silly thing. Why is it doing that? I have an ultra-wide monitor. You may or may not know this, and for some reason, even though I tested this 20 minutes before the stream, it's now deciding it doesn't want to work in ultra-wide, and it's stretching 1080 to wide. Oh no, I knew there'd be technical difficulties, but I didn't think it'd be this. Oh, this is a nightmare. Okay, well let's relaunch the game and just see if that fixes it, and if it doesn't, I might have to just tweak something else. Oh dear. Oh dear, do amuse yourselves whilst I sort this. I'm very sorry. Come on, launch over. No, not that screen. Not that. You're supposed to be over here. We tested this. Let me just try something. It probably will break everything. I've turned off the monitor from my streaming PC, which has done all sorts. Okay. Okay. Exit. Confirm. Launch the game. Wherever the game has gone. Where's the Epic Store gone? Launch. And now it should launch on this monitor instead. Yes, it's launching on the right monitor. And then in theory, once that's launched, I can then switch back to the stream. We'll get there. If not, we'll have to play it in 1080 and I'll have to play it stretched. You won't see it stretched, but I will. There we go. Apply the right resolution. Confirm. Confirm that. Let me switch this back over to this. Okay, I think we got it. Now I'd have to... This must be so entertaining for all of you. I'm so sorry. Oh no. Now it's moved back over to there. No, options. Oh no. Oh, this was supposed to be all so simple. Well, okay, so thus far, all my attempts to fix it have almost worked and then not worked. We'll try launching it again. How are you all doing? How's everyone doing tonight? Everyone have a good night? It's nice, it's warm. It's warm, but it's nice. Options, video, not full screen, apply, confirm, confirm, move it over to here. I guess we could do that. I guess that probably would. Yeah, is that working? Is that gonna work? I think I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Okay, so that's thrown me right for a loop now. That has. If I go over to the gaming screen, oh no! If I set that back to full screen, well, let's break it. Nope, that definitely doesn't. Okay, well, we'll go. We'll just won't full screen it then. We'll do it that way. It's not ideal. And if I go over to the gaming screen and then I press this button, you get to see the game. Okay, the only downside is you do see my my start bar. That's the one trade-off. But at least we have the game working. Okay, there we go. We solved it. That was 4 or 5 minutes of our lives we won't get back, and I can only apologise for that. But I warned you there'd be technical hitches. Didn't I warn you? Didn't I warn you? Hello, Dan Babette. Hello. I can now catch up with the chat after all that. Hello. Yeah, good. Good. Everyone's good. Good. No one's shouting at me for being an idiot, which is great. No, don't do that. I still want to be big. There we go. And then if I go over to the editor over here and just grab this and scale it up slightly, then you won't have to worry about seeing my start bar so much. It's going to be oops. Oh, that's moved it. Oh, no, don't do that. Okay, well, that'll do. That'll do. Okay, so I did a poll earlier to see if people would rather see my current factory or start a new factory, because I've got a factory that's sort of mid-game at this point. It's early access, they keep adding new things. So at one point I was sort of end-game, and they've added loads of more stuff I've not done yet. I did 2 polls. I did one on Twitter, one on YouTube. And the one on YouTube was vastly in favour of continuing my factory. The one on Twitter was vastly in favour of starting a new factory. So I think, just for the simplicity of not confusing too many people who've never seen the game before, we'll start a new factory. But we will do a little tour of my existing one first. So who wants to see my current mess of a factory? Who's up for that? People just discussing whether I watch anime. No, I do not watch anime. I'm very sorry to disappoint you. I do not watch anime. Let's launch my factory, shall we? Oh, that's a quite annoying white bar you can see up there, isn't it? Oh, okay. Cool. Everyone's up for seeing my factory. So yeah, we'll do a whistle-stop tour of my mess of a factory, and then maybe we'll start a new one, or maybe we'll continue this one. We'll see. But I think it'd be nice to start a new one because this is the factory I started. It's my first factory. I've put like 200 hours into it, something stupid like that, and they're not well spent hours. I put a lot of time into it, but because it was my first one, I didn't know what I was doing, so it is a mess. It is, and I fully admit it's a mess. It's a beautiful mess, but it is a mess. So it might be easier to start a new one and just use my new knowledge, and we can build it together. I can do a bit more. I can ask you guys about things as well. So this is the first media you've ever watched of this game. Have you not seen my song about it, James? Oh dear. Thank you, David Lynch. I appreciate it. I'm guessing you're not the real David Lynch, but if you are, I'm a big fan of Twin Peaks. I do not have a train. They only released the train update yesterday, and I've not played it since the update came out, except for I fiddled with it for about half an hour before I went to bed last night. But there's a lot of unlocking to do before I get trains. I've not yet got a pipeline for building computers, and you need 1,000 computers to unlock trains. So I'm a ways off trains yet. We spawned in, and I forgot that when I was last on, I was over here. Which way is my factory? It's over here. There's my space elevator. Let me go back to the live tab. Cool, yes, so this is Satisfactory. Let me know if you can see and hear the game alright, if the audio levels of me versus game are good. It's not a very loud game. It's lots of ambient music, and when you build stuff, it makes some clanky metal noises. But beyond that, it's a pretty chill game, volume-wise, so we should be good. So you start your factory off with this building here. This is the first thing you build. It's the hub. It's your base of operations. And then you expand out from here. So it'll get more organised and more cool looking the further we get from here. Because around here I was an utter noob. So it's just a mess of containers and conveyor belts. Look at this. This was my first bit of basic production, just making basic things. Iron rods, copper wire, concrete over there. And I still use this for just my basic building supplies. It's just constantly pumping out base building supplies into these containers, so it's useful to have. But it is quite now far away for where my actual factory is. If you look on the horizon, is that monstrosity over there. Yeah, people have made comparisons between Subnautica and Satisfactory, and I think they'll get stronger as time goes on, because Satisfactory is currently all freeform building exploration, but there's no story. But there is going to be a story added. They just haven't. It's early access, so the story's not in there yet. There's no narrative whatsoever, really, but it's coming. And I think once there's a story in there and it's an open world explorer builder base narrative thing, it'll be much more like Subnautica, but with more complicated building. Obviously, there's a lot of systems and things. So anyway, this is my sort of main factory area now, and it's quite big and it's quite messy. This was my first big area I built after the starting zone, and this is this is steel. This area is actually no, it's not making steel. I lied. The steel area is over there. This area is making modular frames, which are metal cubes of indeterminate purpose that you use for building. And I think I've made so many I may have filled the... Yeah, so that's all full of modular frames, which are these things, which are being made via this whole massive machinery here. Everything you can see in this immediate area is all just to fill that thing with modular frames. So these machines are making screws. There's some machines making metal plates over there and metal rods. And these machines, these bigger ones, combine two items into one item. So this is combining plates and screws into reinforced plates. And then over here, the reinforced plates are combined with the rods to make modular frames. And that's basically how the game works. It's lots of combining and things. And the higher tier you get, the more into the game, the more confusing it gets. So this back over there, you saw the most simple stuff. Turn one resource into one thing, one copper ore into one wire. Over here, it's like another level deep. So it's turn things into things, then combine those things into bigger things. And then over here is my steel, or my first steel production area, which is mining some coal from far away, actually, and some iron, which are being smelted together to make steel. So there's iron and coal going together to make steel. These darker ingots here, and this whole area is for that. All of this here is just for doing that en masse, and the steel is pumped down here, and that is stored in this big tower here, but it's pumped immediately out the other side again, so it's probably all... Oh no, it's not empty. Okay, it's actually overflowing again. For a while it emptied out when I was using a lot of it. And then that steel's being used over here to make... goes on for a while. Steel pipes, which are stored in this tower. And then also, I've actually stopped producing these because I had so many and I stopped needing them because I started making them somewhere else. But this is all making steel beams. Yeah, there we go. Steel beams are in this tower. I've used up a lot of them now. They're now being made elsewhere. There's some wood and some leaves that I left there for some reason. Stuff stays forever. If you drop it, it never despawns. So you often find random bits when you cleared your inventory. Over here is more of those reinforced plates being made that aren't being used for anything. They're just there if I need them as is. That's Caterium wire, quick wire, just being mined from very far away. Caterium is, and is being brought in on a massive conveyor belt for like several kilometres from like another island elsewhere. Goes all the way off in the distance beyond these buildings to get this stuff to make this golden wire, which is like a better wire than copper wire, which you need for more complicated things. Where to next? Is it overwhelming you yet? It's overwhelming me just explaining it. I've never actually had to walk around it and explain what everything is yet. So this is all relatively basic stuff. And then if we go up this ramp here, we end up here, which is where there's a lot more construction going on. There is this is combining the steel beams I mentioned earlier with concrete. So these are making concrete from limestone, which is then being pumped over to here to combine with steel pipes, actually, because I've got an alternate recipe. Steel pipes, which then makes reinforced steel beams. Over here is concrete enforced beams. And then again over here, this is making engine components called, is this rotors? I think this is making rotors. Then over here, this is making stators, which is another engine component. All of this stuff. And then over here, the stators and the rotors, you can see them there on that conveyor belt all backed up. This is rotors on the bottom, stators on the top. They're being combined into motors over here. These machines are combining them into motors. There they go. Being combined together into that big wall of storage there, which is just full of motors. And then we go up another tier. Is it like it's not quite like Subnautica. It is similar in that it's a big open planet to explore, like the oceans of Subnautica, and they are going to add the narrative, so it's going to get more like Subnautica. But in Subnautica, you really just build a base. You build rooms and you put equipment in the rooms. In this one, you actually build networks of factories and have to like do the logistics of how that's going to work. So this is an even more complicated area. This is an even bigger mess. So this is making steel to an even greater degree than the last place. You thought the last steel factory was big. This is producing steel at about 4 times the amount here. There's kilometres and kilometres of individually placed conveyor belts here. So all this is pumping steel and coal and iron to make steel. The coal is being mined miles away in another base, which is being pumped along conveyor belts and down these elevators here. These are new. They added these in a recent update. Conveyor lifts. So you may have noticed my earlier storage was these big towers of containers that had like conveyor belts spiraling around them to carry stuff between them. Now they've added these things, which just are basically vertical conveyor belts. So you don't need to do that anymore. You can just do stuff vertically. It saves so much space. Oh god, yeah. There's a lot of spaghetti, isn't there? So those of you who don't know, spaghetti is basically what people call messes of conveyor belts in this game, and I have a lot of spaghetti. So there's concrete being pumped down from up there as well, and then over here is my heavy modular frame factory. So this entire area is making one item. All that steel and all of this are all being produced just to make heavy modular frames, which are those cube things from earlier, but the upgraded version. You may recognise this area. I filmed some of it for my Satisfactory music video. Why aren't the belts moving? The belts aren't moving because things are backed up. If a container is full and it's trying to pump stuff into it, the belts will stop moving. But if that happens, then the machines connected to those belts shut down and it saves power. So it basically means I've got a surplus of items right now. So, for example, yeah, these belts only move when that machine up there finishes and needs more resources. So it takes in as many resources as it needs, it makes the thing with those resources, and when it's done, it pumps the thing out the other side and then takes a fresh batch in from the conveyor belt. So that's why it's backed up. Will I do a Bendy in the Dark Revival stream? I might do. We'll see. I don't know. It's not out till later this year, is it? But yeah, possibly. We'll see. But yes, as I was saying, you might recognise this area because it is one of the ones I filmed quite a bit for my music video that has a mix of 3 different factories in mine and then 2 wonderful chaps from the Satisfactory subreddit who donated their save files to me. Captain Cheddarbeard and Liam. I don't know how to pronounce his surname. Liam Weeb. I want to say it's spelt in. I don't know how to pronounce his surname, but his name's Liam. Liam and Captain Cheddarbeard Beard donated their save files for the video. Thank you. But this is mine. So all of this leads to these and these, and then these big machines are the highest tier machine I have right now, which combine 4 items into one. So you saw the ones earlier that combine 2 items into one. These machines combine 4 items into one. So if we go up here, we take this guy. These are jump pads. Pops us over here. So this is currently combining modular frames, encased industrial beams, steel pipes, and concrete to make heavy modular frames. Then it pumps them out the back. There they go, along that conveyor belt. And they go along, and they go into the storage over here. So the end point is just over here. And then this is where those are stored, so they're being produced. So that's my factory. That's my factory. I mean, that's the main bit. There's this over here. This is like a big steel foundry. This is just making steel ingots en masse from a mining complex I have over here. So these conveyor belts are carrying ore from 8 different mines over here. There's not much to see over here, but that's all this ore is coming along there. Up into there where it's all being smelted. And then I have various other little outposts. You can also do vehicles. You can automate vehicles. I'll show you that. That's another thing, because I doubt we'll get to that in the new factory when we start it. So I'll show you a vehicle as well. Because initially, before I went miles away for the coal outpost over there, there was coal over here, and it wasn't too treacherous a route. So that's the downside of the game not being full screen and running windowed, that it might do that sometimes. So there's this guy, he's a sugar cube, or a tractor. They're nicknamed sugar cubes because they're little cubes. And he is driving off to an outpost over there, somewhere not too far away. He collects the coal from the mine there, brings it back, perfect timing, drops it in there. This guy collects the coal, and it just takes in, and there you go, it just put all this coal it just collected from that vehicle. And that vehicle's going to drive off. And if I can catch it, because I'm slightly faster than it... No, I can't. I can ride it. I want to ride it. Can I cut it off with a corner? I think it moves pretty much the exact same speed as me. I've got a power-up that gives me faster run speed and higher jumps and less fall damage. Normally, you couldn't keep up with it like this. But I've got blade runners, they're called, which let me move more. This game is really cool. I enjoy this game a lot. And this is not an ad. I've not been paid to say this. But if you'd like to buy the game, I have an Epic Store creator code, a creator tag, which basically means when you buy the game, if you put in my creator tag, which is just Stupendium, it doesn't save you any money. It doesn't get you anything different, but it means I get a cut of the sale for advertising the game to you guys. I'm not officially sponsored or anything, but that goes for any game on Epic as well if you use that code. Any game or any V-Bucks if you play Fortnite. So if you'd like to buy the game and want to support me, then you can just put Stupendium in the creator tag box when you check out, and it'll give me a small cut of the game, which is awesome. But no pressure if you don't want to do that. There are plenty of other creators as well who have that tag you might want to support. But that's an option if you'd like to. So don't be surprised if I mention that a couple of times throughout the stream for anyone new who arrives. The info for that is also in the description. But now I'll stop talking about it because this is not an advert. This is a fun game time. So yeah, that guy goes over there and then brings the coal back. And I've got another one of these set up over there. And actually what ended up happening is I originally had coal power plants dotted everywhere. Like each little zone of the factory had its own set of power plants, and it got too complicated to manage. So even though I've got 2 coal deliveries coming into 2 totally different places, they've ended up being rerouted and by conveyor belt end up exactly the same place. So it's kind of pointless because now I have one massive power plant which powers the entire factory. Here, again, you may recognise this from my videos. This is like about 30 coal power plants. So I hope you don't like the ozone layer too much on this planet because it doesn't exist much in this part of the world. This entire area is all coal power plants that are powering the whole factory. And what are we at? We can go in. I'm currently producing almost 3,000 megawatts and I'm only using 1,600. Would I consider making a Minecraft song? Possibly. We'll see. I mean, I do like Minecraft. I haven't played it in years, but I'd like to get back to it. I have one I wrote years ago that I never did anything with because it was long before I was ever recording music. I just wrote it for fun. And it's pretty... I still like it a lot, so maybe I'll bust it out at some point. It's not a priority for me, but we'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't say no. You're right, there's plenty of planets in space. There are plenty of planets in space. Right. what was I saying? What was I doing? What's going on? Coal. Yeah, so this whole place is coal powered. And that's pretty much the factory, aside from some little outposts that are far away that just have more of the same stuff, really. So, shall we do a new factory? What do people think about that? Because if we don't do a new factory, then we continue this one. And at the moment, I'm just about to set up a quartz factory. I've got crystals coming in on a conveyor belt, which I haven't finished building yet. I need to start processing them into from raw quartz into processed quartz, then use that to start making computers, which is a big job. If you'd rather see the sort of the beginning game, early stuff, I think that would be probably easier to pick up. Deltarune, I don't have plans for a Deltarune song, not concrete ones. I want to do Deltarune when Deltarune is out. Like, I don't tend to do, outside of like really big franchises and things that I enjoy a lot, like Bendy and FNAF, I'm not that interested in doing multiple songs for a thing. So if I'm going to do a Deltarune song, I'd rather wait till Deltarune is a full game and not just the Chapter 1 preview thing it is right now. So yes, I would like to do a Deltarune song, but if it happens, it will not happen until the whole game is out. Would I consider a Team Fortress 2 song at some point? I have considered a Team Fortress 2 song. I've written a Team Fortress 2 song. Again, like the Minecraft one I mentioned earlier, I wrote it before I was ever recording songs. It's a Minecraft. It's a Team Fortress 2 rap that features all 9 classes, and it's again one of the earliest gaming songs I wrote. But I still really like it, and it is in my rainy day folder. I definitely want to make it. I'm basically just waiting for a good opportunity because it's not like a time sensitive thing, is it? TF2 is not going away. It's not a current trend either. So I'm currently focusing on some things that I think are a bit trendier and that I think will do better. TF2 song's not going to do amazingly, but I still want to do it. So I'm just waiting for a lull in new releases, really, before I do it. Upcoming albums. I do plan on releasing at some point like my songs to date as a compiled album, and I also would like to do an album of original songs. I've got ideas for that, but I need to find time to do that. That'll be a way off yet. But yes, I can see a lot of oohs in the chat, and I'm not sure what that was in response to, because I've said like 5 things. Right, I think generally, yeah, new. It's interesting, because the poll on YouTube was like 70-30 to continue this one, but the chat seems very much to want new. I'm cool with new. When I did the poll, I was like, oh, I really want to just do my factory. After I made the poll, I was like, actually, it's probably better to start a new factory. So, you're right, maybe TF2 does get a massive update soon and explodes. Maybe not. We'll see. Any other songs I might consider? Many. I mean, many songs. I would consider a song about almost any game. I think the only games I won't do songs about outright are I haven't done anything. I don't just say. Just go straight to the main menu. Are Call of Duty and that sort of game. I have no interest in making a when I go out of the game, it makes the game back to small again. Now you can see my desktop. Which there's nothing really incriminating on there, but just in case, let's do that. Can I do a collaboration with Random Encounters? I would love to, but generally with collabs, I leave it to the bigger channel to get in touch with me, and they are the bigger channel by a long stretch. But I've spoken with them and we've talked about doing a collab. Nothing concrete. Like we've not made any plans, but I met them at a meetup here in London early this year, and we said it would be cool to do. But that's literally all that was said. Like, oh, we should do something sometime. Cool, yeah, let's. And that's all that's been said. So maybe one day that'd be awesome if it comes to pass. What was I about to ask? Oh yeah. The only games I won't really do songs about is games where it's shooting for the sake of shooting. Like a good story-driven shooter, I love to bits. Like Bioshock, that sort of thing. But Call of Duty, Battlefield, Fortnite, again, is much the same sort of thing. I just had no interest in writing about that. There's a million interchangeable songs about interchangeable games that are all just songs about how good it is to shoot people, which doesn't interest me as a writer or a performer to write, because there's so many of those. And I know rappers, I know nerdcore artists who do songs about those, who don't like doing songs about those, but do them because it's expected. And like, I was speaking to a guy, I won't say who it was, but I was speaking to a guy recently who was writing a song about one of those games, and it's like, everyone's asked me to do it, but I don't want to do it, but he did it. But like, they're not fun to write about. Oh, I can shoot you better than you can shoot me, I've got a big gun. it's not very exciting to write about. But so yeah, any game like that really that's just warfare military, unless it's got like a really interesting narrative twist on it, like BioShock, that sort of thing. But Wolfenstein again, I really love the story of Wolfenstein. Great. But do I play Warframe? No, I don't play Warframe. Yes, these are BioShock tattoos on my wrists. I got them on the 10th anniversary of the game coming out a couple of years ago. Overwatch, again, same sort of thing. TF2 is an exception for me because I grew up on TF2 and I love it a bit for nostalgia. But again, Overwatch doesn't really interest me. Gameplay-wise, TF2 doesn't interest me, but it has really interesting characters I like. The Overwatch characters I'm just not that into. God, there's so many questions. I have not played Garden Warfare. No, but that does sound fun. I like the idea. Cool. Anyway, we'll do a new factory. Let me try and get the game to be full screen again so we can look at the new game menu together. Come on. I don't know why it went back to small. There we go. Okay. Now you can see. Okay. So, yeah, Metro again. Metro's another one of those very story-heavy... You wouldn't... It's not about gunplay, is it? The gunplay is a feature of the game, but it's not the crux of the game. Whereas Call of Duty is like, it's a shooter, and then there's a story to tie it together. But anyway, enough about that. Detroit Become Human, I thought about it for a while. I think the boat is passed. I didn't want to do a song about it till I played it, and by the time I got a PS4, the game had sort of been and gone, and I still might have to play it. But I don't think it's really worth it at this point, but we'll see. Do I like musicals? I love musicals. Anyone who knows me will tell you I love musicals. My favourite ones are tough because there's a lot, but I do like anything by Stephen Sondheim. Sweeney Todd, Stephen Sondheim, beautiful, but there are a lot of others. It feels too easy to say Hamilton. I love Hamilton, but it feels like the easy answer, so I'm not going to say Hamilton. Right, anyway, so, the transitions. You like the transitions? Yeah, aren't they good? They're all wobbly. Anyway, so new game. Let's focus in here and do this factory. So we have a choice. And I rehearsed this little speech earlier because there's a lot to cover. I haven't played Dead by Daylight. I haven't played it, and I'm going to stop answering questions about individual games now because there are a million individual games, and we will be here all night. And I've already done a Hospital Builder song. So, right. What was I saying? Yes. So we have to choose a starting area on the map. There's one map. It's huge. It's like 30 kilometers squared. It's massive. So I've not seen most of it at this point, but I've seen a lot of it. There's still a lot more. But there are 3 starting areas. There's the grass fields, there's the rocky desert, and there's the northern forest. And there are 3 key things to consider when starting the game. There's 3 sort of things to think about, which is space, fuel, and resources. And each of these starting points have disadvantages and advantages. So, for example, grass field, which is the one you just saw me in, that was the grass fields. It's large flat area with frequent patches of biomass, but distance is longer. So basically, there's loads of space to build here, and there's loads of fuel, but the resources are a bit further away. Like you've got a conveyor belt or travel further away to get to the rarer resources. Like coal is far away, quartz and oil are miles away. Iron, copper, and concrete, your 3 base ones, they're all pretty nearby, but the rest are miles away, or quite far away. Rocky Desert is easy, not as easy to build. But there's still there's still space to build in, but not as much. The resources are nearby. The rare resources are easier to get to, but there's next to no plants because it's the desert. And in the game, at least at the beginning of the game, before you unlock the high-end power, plants are your power source. You need plants to make fuel with to power your machines. So this one's lots of resources, some good amount of space, very little fuel. And the third one is the forest, which is no build space. Like it's really cramped. It's not easy to build in the forest. There's loads and loads of fuel. And it doesn't actually say. I've not used the forest before. It doesn't say how far the resources are, but I'm imagining the resources are sort of a mid-distance. As space is none, and fuel is plenty, I imagine resources are medium to balance it out. So yeah, what do we think? Forest, desert, or plains? Lots of space to build, lots of resources, lots of fuel. Essentially, is what it boils down to. That's what it comes down to. Space, resources, fuel. Am I interested in Super Mario Maker 2? I'm not really into Mario, and I don't have any Nintendo consoles outside of like my Game Boy Advance and my GameCube and my original Game Boy, none of which have been touched in years. So I'm not that, but I am considering getting a Switch because I've got a lot of plane journeys coming up, and maybe Mario Maker 2 would be fun for that. I don't know, but I'm not that into Mario. But it seems like the game to get, along with like Mario Odyssey and Mario Kart. I'm seeing forest, forest, plains, desert, plains, forest, fields, desert, forest, forest. Ooh. It's pretty split right now, isn't it? It's pretty split, but I'm seeing forest, desert, plains. Oh, that's really. I've never seen it so evenly split. I guess there's no reason for it to be any one over the other. I could definitely see that plains aren't coming up so much. So it's between desert and forest. Desert, desert, desert. Shall I flip a coin? Because desert and forest are pretty much even, aren't they? I can flip a coin. Okay, what should we say? Should we say heads forest, desert? Heads forest, tails desert. Heads forest, tails desert. It's good old. It's a pound. Pound's not the best for flipping, but it'll do. Oh, there's a 50p there. That's a bit bigger. That's a bit better. There we are. So, right. Heads forest, tails desert. Right? Forest, yeah. Can I make a YouTube poll for it? That means coming out of the game. Let's flip a coin. Heads forest, tails desert. That didn't work. I dropped the coin. Dropped it again. I'm not very good at this. Heads forest. Looks like we're going forest, guys. But you know what? I want to go desert. I'm going to go desert. Yeah, now I'm seeing more and more desert come up anyway. Let's do desert. Do I play D&D? No, I don't. I played it once. I enjoyed it a lot, but I haven't had time to play it since. I'd like to get back into it someday. I have lots of friends who play D&D, so I'm sure if I found the time, I could easily find a group to join. Let's call this Satisfactory. Session type, yeah, it's private. I guess I go friends only. I mean, if I've got... Yeah, say friends only, just in case a friend wants to join me. I've got a couple of friends with this game. I doubt they will. Not at this hour. Let's give it a go. Yeah, I rigged it. I'm sorry. But I remember I did actually play Forest. I joined a friend's Forest server a while back. And it was so cramped. It was so annoying. And the desert's the one I've never touched. So I'm kind of curious about desert. So let's try desert.
Attention Pioneer. The
That's
following
us.
instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fixit Incorporated. Fixit pioneers
Oh, cactus, don't go.
assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project
Let
assembly.
me look up. There we are.
Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings.
I didn't manage to get these guys in the video. I planned to animate some of these little guys in the, but just for the sake of time, I cut them. But originally, they were going to be these guys around those scenes that look like this screen.
Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis.
Off he goes.
Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines.
I don't know if you can skip this, but I think I'll leave it on for you guys.
That's it. Get
Thank
to
you,
work
Violet.
And be effective. Warning, planetfall imminent. Please remain seated during full procedure.
I don't have much choice. I am strapped to the wall. In fact, I'm not even sure I am seated. I think I am standing up strapped to a wall.
Planetfall procedure initialized.
Am I English? Is the voice not a giveaway, dear? Yes, I'm English. I am as English as they come. There's a beeping happening in this game, in this full sequence, that is the exact same frequency and tone as the beep of my tumble dryer when it's done, and for a second I was very confused. You're entering Planetfall to a planet full of resources. Your contract calls that your life revolves around rounding up and exporting. Right. Okay, right, so we've landed. I've no experience of the desert biome whatsoever. I saw Sips play on it briefly.
Planetfall complete.
But I've not played in it myself.
Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm excited. I love this. I gush about this game a lot, but I really do love it.
Remember, efficiency first.
It's early access, and typically I don't touch early access games simply because 99% of the games I play are very story heavy, and I'm like, if I'm going to play a game early access, that's going to spoil the story for me. So when it comes out
Welcome to
finished,
Massage 2,
I've ruined the game for me already,
your
because this is
designated sector
not
in
got the
binary
story in
star
yet.
system of Akija.
I could just have fun with it and not worry about spoiling it for
Animator,
myself.
Also known as artificial directory and assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall.
Oh, that's good to know.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's exciting.
Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding.
Do I know any other languages? No. My mother is a French teacher and speaks French so well that when she goes to France, she has to ask people to slow down because people just assume she's French. That's how fluent she is. However, I did so badly in French at school that I think I got an E in French. She wasn't happy. No, I've got a good head for English. I did very well in English at school, but I have some nuts there. But other languages, couldn't get to grips with them. Probably didn't try hard enough. Didn't enjoy it. Kind of regret it now. What's my favourite song I've put out so far? That's tough because I like a lot of them for different reasons. I like a lot of them for very different reasons. I get this question a lot and I never have a good answer for it. I'm very happy with Art of Darkness. I know that's the easy one to say because it's big and it's just come out. But I think if you compare it to Find the Keys, which is my first big bendy song, and it's sort of a sequel to Find the Keys, I can really see the improvement. That's not me trying to boast, but like for myself as a creator, I can look at it and it makes me proud of the improvement I've gone through. And a lot of that is in part to the fact that I have brilliant help. I had Oxygen Beats as a producer on that song, and he's amazing. I wasn't producing it myself. He did all the mixing, and he did an amazing job with it, and I'm really proud of it. But outside of that, I mean, I love House Always Wins because I love character work, and I think it's a really strong character study, which is what I wanted when I wrote it. I wanted to basically write a character study of House, and it came out really well. There are many I like for different reasons. Shelter from the Storm I'm very proud of as well because it's done so well for a game that was relatively niche. Oh, there's a dog over there. Right, anyway, so what's going on? We've just landed on this planet. We have to build a base, and we just deconstructed our pod, and deconstructing our pod has given us the base materials we need to build our little hub home base. So now we can go on a little explore and try and find a place to build our hub. So what do we think? You listen to House Always Wins for 6 hours on a plane. That's impressive. I mean, I can't critique because there are songs I like that I can listen to on loop for a long time. But if we're being honest, House Always Wins, as much as I love it, is barely a song. It is spoken word poetry to a beat, for the most part, with a bit of a chorus. So that is dedication. Thank you for enjoying that for 6 hours. I don't think I could manage that, even if it wasn't my song. Oh, one of those. Right, so this place looks pretty open, doesn't it? But there is a big lot of water there, which is not ideal for us. Then again, we could just build over it with platforms and use it as a big flat building area. Also, is that a fish? Is there a fish? I've never seen the fish before. There was a fish there. Okay, cool. It is a slow song. House Always Wins. It's a very slow song, but I mean, it was much more of a monologue in rhyme than it was a song. I'm still very proud of it though. So right, let's tap over your inventory. I need to quit my zapper. It won't let me do anything like quit my zapper. That's why.
Third objective.
Rustage is twittering me, telling me I have to watch the new Spider-Man. I've seen the new Spider-Man. It's amazing. If you haven't seen Far From Home, go see Far From Home.
Essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So we now have a little zappy stick to protect ourselves against the wildlife. It's not very good. Oh, look. Okay, here we go. What's this? We have resources here. So this is... We've got copper. Copper is good. Oh, that is not good though. Oh, these are horrible. These are flying crabs that live in this nest. They come out and they hunt you down. Oh, they're horrible. Okay, so we have copper here. Where's the nearest iron? Oh, no, wait, this is iron. No, it's not copper, it is iron. Okay, so we have iron. My apologies. Cool. Oh, no, I did it. I went too close. They hatched. Oh, they take 2 hits to kill with this thing as well. Well, this could be the end of the run. Not that it's permadeath. Ah. Oh, no. Just those? Oh, there's one more. Okay. I think that's that. Okay, I see. It wants me to gather some iron. So we don't have any mining equipment right now, so we have to manually grab some iron. So I need to hold down this button for a little while so I can read the chat again.
Objective. Build the hub. Note. To complete this objective, the resources...
Make that 5 times, meet the medic. Make that 5 times.
Caution. Ensure the hub is built on spacious open terrain, close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so
Is the
will
pacing
not
good or can
result
farming
in
get dull? The
optimal
pacing's good.
progress.
There's very minimal farming. It's only the very, very early game. We don't have any machinery to gather the resources for you. There's any farming really involved. After that, it's all automated. Okay, so we now have enough resources to build the hub. So where do we reckon? There's that raised platform up there that could be good. Or we could just use this. I think if we build it up there, I might regret this, but I think we build it up there, then we've got this whole plateau to build factory space in. Do I know about Doctor Who? I'm English. Of course I know about Doctor Who. It's been running for 50 years here. I'm assuming maybe you're American, maybe not. But I mean, you only got into America only got into Doctor Who when like the David Tennant took over, or whatever it was, Matt Smith, like 4, 5, 6 years ago. We've had it for like over half a century. Well, yeah, I know Doctor Who, and I think my favourite. It's a tough call, but I think it's Peter Capaldi. I think he's very good. He was let down by a lot of bad writing, but as an actor, I cannot fault his portrayal of the Doctor. Right, this looks... Oh, there's a power slug. That slug is good. That's a good slug. We'll need that slug later on. Not right now, but that's a good slug. This is so weird for me because I'm so used to using the hey, you can run quickly equipment, and now like even my run speed is slower than my walk pace was on my other save. You know what, maybe up here's a bad idea. There's not really much up here, is there? Scan again for... Okay, there's resources way up over that cliff. We can't get to those. Probably best off down there, aren't we? That's going to kill me if I fall down there, though. Oh, but there's a slug. Let's get the slug, and then we'll go back down. And then we'll actually start building stuff. Have I seen Until Dawn? Yes, I am well aware of Until Dawn. Oh, no. Of course it was protected by these guys. And I'm going to, no doubt, run off the edge of this thing, aren't I? Oh, okay. One more. I think that's... Nope, one more. Ah, I hate those things. I hate those things. I hate bees in real life, and these are this game's equivalent of bees. Okay. I forgot the desert was full of those. I probably would have not picked desert had I remembered that. Oh, dear.
This semi-slug seems to emit weak potential energy.
Cool. Slugs. Slugs are great.
Further analysis of crystals required to determine application.
Is that water deep enough to break my fall? Because it would be a lot quicker than going down. I think it is. But watch me die when I find out it isn't. Yeah, no, it wasn't. But I didn't die. So, you know. I mean, who's the real winner here? It's still me, I think. I got down quicker. And I have got loads of nuts. Which I could eat to get that health back. There we go. What has the environment ever done for me? You're right. Oh, more of those things. And it's protecting more iron. Okay, right. Let's build our hub. We've dilly-dallied enough. Eventually we'll get a chainsaw, which means we can clear all these trees and use this space better as well. These horrible, horrible trees. Because we'll need those trees for fuel as well, no doubt. We're not too low on fuel right here. There's a fair amount of plants around here, but nothing compared to the Green Plains area. That is completely full of plants. What's the goal? The goal is build a factory. The game is in early access. They keep adding more to it. So there is a narrative and there is an end game. There is like a final massive building you have to build or something. They haven't really revealed what. But there is a thing to end the game. There is a finish. But it's not in the game yet. So currently it's just like a build a big factory sort of thing. So this is the hub. This is the start of our home base. And I always forget which side is the front. I think this side is the front. So let's build that. Right next to these guys. We have these guys in our front garden. These guys might have to go. They're completely harmless, but they do make good trampolines.
You have unlocked hub feature manual craft bench. Hub feature hub terminal.
Hopefully they add helicopters or planes. That would be good. It would make transport very easy if you could fly. There is a jetpack. There is a jetpack with a limited range, but it is good. It's one of the things I'm working towards unlocking on my save. Okay, right, we're in. We are in. Configure the hub. Okay, so we need to upgrade our hub. Hub upgrade 1 requires 10 iron rods, and that will unlock all this stuff. So this is really simple stuff right now, but we have a load of iron already. I have enough for 63 iron rods. No, 63 iron ingots, sorry. So I make some iron ingots, and this is all stuff that can be automated. Once the factory's going, machines will do all this for us, but as we don't have machines yet, you've got to do it by hand. So let's make a bunch of iron ingots. We have no use for it as plain ore. You see pictures on the subreddit of people leaving heavy things on their mouse and going away. Can you get pets in this game? There is a pet you can get. Yeah, there's a lizard dog, a lizard doggo. It's actually called lizard doggo in the game, which you can get, and you can tame it with fruit, and it will follow you around and find you items. But because it's early access, it's a bit buggy. It doesn't work very well. They get stuck and get lost a lot. But actually, they are quite rare. But we spawned in right next to one. There is one around here somewhere because I saw it as soon as we stepped out of the pod. It was quite nearby. So there may be one. It may still be around here somewhere. But I don't have any of the right fruit to tame it with, and I've not seen any growing around here. So, right. Okay. So we have rods. So now we can take our 10 iron rods we've made and place those. So select that milestone. Place the 10 iron rods. And then hit the upgrade button, and we've unlocked the next tier of the hub. So the very early game is just upgrading this building till it has all the features it needs, which is basically how they tutorialize building stuff.
You have unlocked hub feature biomass generator.
Exciting. So
Hub
now we
feature,
have a little
personal
chest,
storage.
and we also have a
Comfort.
little power plant.
New equipment, buildings, and blueprints, which can be found in the workshop.
So
when built,
next,
build menu,
we
and
want
craft bench
to-
respectively.
Okay, so we need iron rods, iron plates, and copper wire to unlock the next round of things. My favourite Hamilton song. Wait for it or Room Where It Happens, probably. I mean, they're all good. Right, so we need copper. Can I scan for copper now? I can scan for copper. So where's the nearest copper? Please don't be miles away. Copper. Oh. Ooh. 300 meters. That's not the end of the world. There is. I've had further away resources. They better make a lizard. I would love a lizard doggo plush. I would be all over that. Coffee Stain, get on that. This game's done very well. For an indie game, they didn't have massive sales projections for it, I don't think, because it's such a niche thing. But I think it's already sold 500,000 copies, which is nuts. So hopefully it does get like a decent merch line and stuff, because I would be all about that. Is this the copper? I think this is the copper. I think we need to get that zappy stick out again, because we got bees. I say bees, they are flying crabs. Come on. Yeah. Too many to take on at once. Okay, another one. Okay, is there one more? I think there might be one more. No, I think we're good. I think we are good. Okay, copper. Let's get some copper. Crab rave. Oh, God. Have I shared the Pink Panther movies? I mean, I've seen the Pink Panther movies years ago. I've not shared them. That's what you mean. They are flying crabs, Pikmin Gab 1. Flying crabs, I know. Do I know when the full game will be released? I don't know, actually. Later this year, I think. I'm not entirely certain, but I mean, it already feels like a full game. They keep adding new features, and there's polish. They keep polishing bits here and there, but ultimately, it still feels like a pretty complete game. Like, there doesn't feel like anything missing. It's great when they add new stuff, but it doesn't feel like there's that much missing to me already. Let's run back. Eventually, we'll have lovely conveyor belts to do all this running for us. It's very misty around here. Now we can use this to make some wire. I probably should have picked up more iron while I was over there as well. Let's make that into copper. Make that into wire. How much we need? I didn't check. I didn't select the milestone. Select milestone. That makes it into a thing up the top there. And now we know how much we need. Okay, we need 50 wire. That's easy enough. Done that. We need 10 iron rods, which we've got, and 10 iron plates, which we also now have. So we put those in, iron rods, iron plates, and copper wire. And we unlock the next tier of the hub. Oh yeah.
Congratulations. You have unlocked Scanner Stone. New buildings
Exciting.
and blueprints, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively. Seventh objective.
If they asked me to do a voiceover for Fix It for the game, of course I would love that. I mean, I want to get into voice acting. I don't know if any of you saw my Twitter earlier, but I announced I've actually got my first voice acting role in a game coming up, which is really exciting. It's for an SCP game, an upcoming SCP game. Let me just skip that. SCP Blackout, it's called. It's an upcoming indie VR. It's VR as an option. It's not just VR. SCP game, which I am playing a part in. I play a scientist in that, which is exciting. So, yeah, I would definitely do a voice role for Satisfactory if they wanted me. I don't think that's likely, but I would definitely do it. You're hiding from a birthday party to watch this. I hope it's not your birthday party, Meet the Medic. Someone also asked me how my FNAF Help Wanted song is coming along. If you didn't know I was doing one, I'm doing a FNAF Help Wanted song. Probably pretty easy to guess I was going to do one of those. It's going well. It's a bit of a big video. Not quite Art of Darkness big, but still quite big. So it's going well. And if you want to see how well it's going, I'm thinking of streaming it. My work on it. Possibly tomorrow. I mean, I want to start doing work streams. Like, this is a gaming stream. This is late night for me. This is like early hours of the morning, so that you folks in the US have a chance to see it, because I know most of my audience is in the US. But I'm going to start streaming my work as well, just like me working on videos, and that will be in the daytime for me. That'll be in UK afternoons, so probably not a good time for most of you, but it'll be an option if anyone is available. They want to tune in and watch it. It'll help keep me motivated and on task. And obviously the recordings of the streams will be up for you to watch whenever you like as well. So yeah, they will be less intensive in terms of me talking. Work streams will be me focusing on working, and I'll check the chat now and then and answer occasional questions and chat a bit. But it will be not like this. It will be mostly me just looking at my screen and working on artwork and working on animation. And you guys get to watch if you want. No pressure to watch, obviously, but I just thought I'd give it to people as an option. So yeah, as long as you're happy with me to sit and do my own stuff and not worry about me replying to the chat too much, then that might well be happening in the daytimes for me, which will be like early morning, I guess, for the US. But obviously the recordings will be there too. So you have to go now. Thank you, Billy Badger Dad Gaming. Thank you for joining us. Right. Anyway, how do I animate? With a lot of practice. It depends on the video. I do a lot of different types of animation. Right, anyway, let's build some stuff now. Build a constructor to automate production of simple parts. Build power poles to extend your power grid. Expand your production to upgrade faster. Okay, so let's select the next milestones. We know what we need to unlock the next thing. Which is hub upgrade 3. Select milestone. We need cable, concrete, reinforced plates, and regular plates. So we can now make all these different machines, which is exciting. So what do we want to do first? Let's get iron production on the go. So we would need 1 smelter. I think to begin with, 1 smelter. Let's start small. We can expand. 1 smelter, 2 constructors. Oh, I've not unlocked storage yet. Oh, okay. So that means I can't do buffer storage. Okay. So we just need... we don't have miners yet either. Oh, okay. We cannot... Okay, that's a bit simpler. In which case we just need smelters and constructors, I guess. Fine. So let's build 2 smelters and 3 constructors. So for that, so you can build a little shopping list. Those are things I want to build, and on the right I can see all the materials I need to build them. So I need more wire, which I've used most of my wire already. So I need to run back to the copper, get some more. Ooh. Oh, can I build the equipment workbench? I can build the equipment workshop. Okay, that's good. We'll do that. That's priority. Equipment workshop. Which video am I most proud of in 2019? Definitely Art of Darkness. I mean, I spent so long on Art of Darkness. I worked it on and off for a year, so definitely that. And it's done so well out the gate as well, though. Oh. Those of you who wanted about the pets, here is the pet. Here is the lizard doggo. Now, I do not have the right fruit to tame it, so we will just back away from me infinitely. But this is the lizard doggo. I can try and pet it, and it will run away because I don't have the right fruit. You've got to give it a fruit, and then it will like you. And even then, it's only a chance. But this is the adorable little lizard dog. So if I had the fruit, I could tame him, and he would follow me around and find me rare things. Mostly common rubbish, but sometimes find me rare things. Scrap some iron whilst we're here. Cool, bit of extra iron. Oh, he ran back over here. Cool. Well, there's another one. One or the other. It's good to know that he spawns around here, though. So when we do have the fruit, we can get him as a friend. It's actually called Doggo, yeah. So those you want it, it's literally called Lizard Doggo in the game files. And in the game, that's his name. Right, so we want to build one of these, which takes iron plates and iron rods, both of which we can do. Convert these into ingots. Oh, you're right, I should have used this sound as the beat. That would have been good. Okay, let's make a bunch of these. And a bunch of these. Are we going to see some purple merch? Now I have a purple palette on Stupendium. Do people want purple merch? I could certainly do the merch in purple. If people would like to see Stupendium merch. I didn't think there'd be enough. There's barely any call for Stupendium merch. I don't sell a lot. This isn't me complaining, but like I knew this from the outset. I'm not a massive channel. I only sell a little bit of merch, and it's lovely when I do, and it's not a problem that I don't sell much more. So I never saw there being much of a market for Stupendium merch. But if people want it, if people want purple logo shirts, it's no hassle for me to make them. So I'm very well, thanks, Prince Gumball. Right, right, equipment workshop. So this is a little bench we can use to build. Oh, well, I clicked by mistake and built it at a funny angle, and that's going to annoy me. There's no cost to deconstruct and rebuild things, so we'll just do that again. That's better. This lets us build other things. Portable miner. We need cable for that. And more wire. Okay, so portable miner is the most basic mining machine that can mine for you. People seem to want purple. Okay. That's fine. Question is, if I were to do stuff with the purple Stupendium logo on it, do you want the 2 in the hair or not? Or would you rather have it just the regular logo, but in purple? Because the Stupendium logo is the same logo, but with a 2 in the hair. Do people want the 2 in the hair on the merch, or would people just have the regular logo, but in purple? refill our ore supplies. Okay, cool, that's enough of that. Let's go get some copper. That hopefully should be enough to get us producing stuff automatically, at least at the basic level. Ooh, another slug over there. Slugs are good. I mean, they're only green slugs. There's 3 colours of slug: green, yellow, and purple. Green is relatively common, yellow is rarer and better, and purple is very rare and very better. I know that's not a phrase. I know very better isn't a thing. Just if people want the 2, no 2, 2, no 2. Oh, there's a split audience on the 2, no 2 debate. Cool. There is, don't want to spoil things, but the merch provider I use has recently announced an all-black mug is coming, so I can have my logo on an entirely black mug. It's not available yet, but it's coming, hopefully. So there'll be a Stupendium mug 2.0 that doesn't have to have the white circle, the white mug with the black circle. It'll just be a whole black mug, hopefully. Do I know what villainous is? Well, I know of the word villainous. I don't know what, in the context, whatever context you're using it in is. But I know of the concept of villainy, if that's anything, if that's helpful. Let's run back. Hey, buddy. Hey. Let's pick up. We're going to need this shortly. We're going to need onto this stuff.
Initial scans reveal coloring properties in the flower petals.
That's good.
Further analysis
Let's have some of these,
required.
please. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to have to rocket towards coal because there's very limited plant life around here. So we're definitely going to have to try and get coal power as soon as possible because that can be automated. Plant-based power, biomass, cannot be automated. You have to manually go out and find the plants. Whereas coal can be mined and automatically pumped into your power generators. Right. What game are you, House? Will I ever do a Bioshock song? I get this question a lot. Yes, I will, but I'm waiting for it to be the right time because Bioshock is a very important game for me. And it's a very special project for me, and I want time to do it right and do it justice. So I'm waiting for the right time, basically. But yes, I actually have 2 Bioshock songs planned. 2 very different Bioshock songs. One of which is written, one of which is just a concept. But neither of them for a while yet. Have I played Stardew Valley? No, I have not played Stardew Valley. My girlfriend has played it a lot. Right, what are we doing? Make some more rods. So we need more iron and more copper. Oh, thank you, David Lynch. I appreciate it. I've not played Terraria. I'm not big into 2D gaming in general. There's very few 2D games that like appeal to me. So if you're going to ask me if I've played a 2D game, there's like a 99% chance I haven't played it. I recently had to go Enter the Gungeon. That was quite fun, but literally for only like 20 minutes. But it was good. Farewell, Dave the Owl 42. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Have I? Everyone's played Minecraft. Of course, I've played Minecraft. Yes, I've played Minecraft a lot. Not in a long time, but a long time ago. Right. Anyway. Some more iron plates. We also need some cable. We're almost at the point where we don't have to do this anymore. We're almost at the point where this can be automated. Can I do a Stardew Valley song? No. No, I can't. I've not played it, and it doesn't interest me at all to play it. Like, it's not the sort of game I like to play. Top-down, sort of Harvest Moon-esque RPG type stuff doesn't excite me as a player, let alone as a musician. So no, I have no plan to do a Stardew Valley song. Did I ever complete Subnautica? I never played Subnautica. I've watched a lot of playthroughs of Subnautica, and I've wanted to play Subnautica for a long time, and it is on my list of things to stream. Now I'm back to streaming. I've not actually played Subnautica yet. I've just watched a lot of people play it. Right, okay. So now we have... I'll just make a load of wire. I didn't make any wire. I made a load of... I made ingots, right. Goodbye, Hazel the Chaotic Demon. Thank you for tuning us. Tuning us? I went to say joining us and tuning in, and I came up with tuning us. Thank you for tuning us. What game am I hyped for? I'm hyped for Control right now. Other things as well, but mainly Control. Outer Worlds. Yeah, I'm hyped for Outer Worlds as well. That's another one. My opinion on SCP. I like SCP. I mean, I'm in an SCP game that's coming up, so, you know. I've not played Shovel Knight. I refer you to my earlier statement, Brofister, where I said if you're going to ask me if I've played a 2D game, it's probably a 99% chance I haven't played it, because I generally just don't play 2D games very often. What genre would I consider my music? I don't consider my music a genre. Because I like to try and do different genres. So, like, a lot of my songs are different genres. I've got more rocky songs, more rappy songs. I've got songs that sort of fall closer to sort of Great American Songbook hip-hop crossover with Vault 76. I've got a lot of different genres. I don't try and fit into a genre. I try and find a genre that matches the game I'm doing a song about and work with that and incorporate that into my style. So when people ask me what genre, like, a lot of people comment on my songs like, oh, what genre is this? I'm like, I don't know. It's just what I felt when I played the game or watched other people play the game in some cases. It's just what I felt musically, and that's what came out, and that's often inspired by different genres, but a lot of it isn't a particular genre. I'd be very hard to define most of my songs. I think like my Kingdom Hearts song, that's like pretty pop rock, but outside of that, most of them are weird hip hop, rappy, musical fusions with other genres. Right, okay. I'm getting torn between chat and gameplay now. I'm not doing anything in game. Right, so I've now got cable. We've done cable. We need iron plates. So let's start building reinforced iron plates, which I need screws for. When I have screws, I can make reinforced iron plates, and I need how many of those? 9 of those. So I need more iron. Oops, that's over here. Oh, actually, do I have enough of portable miners yet? What am I thinking of Bendy and the Dark Revival? I'm thinking it's an upcoming Bendy game. I mean, what more can you think at this point? It's just a trailer. So it looks interesting. Looks good. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Cactus. Cactus asks, how am I so talented in music, animating, songwriting, etc. I don't think I am super talented in all of them. I think I'm pretty good at all of them, but at the cost, like, yeah. When I was growing up, and I've told this story before, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I kept changing my mind. So one year I'd be like, I'm going to be an animator. And I poured all my efforts into animating. And the next year I'd be like, no, I want to be in music. So I'd pour all my efforts into music for like 6 months or whatever. And then I'd be, oh no, I want to be a filmmaker. And so I've grown up with all these different skill sets, none of which I've poured a lot of time into, but all of which I've poured a good amount of time into. So I think I'm pretty good at a lot of things, but not a master of anything. That's how. Indecision is how I can do all the things I do, because I couldn't pick one to focus on. My thoughts on Hello Neighbor. Hello Neighbor looks fun. I've not played it. I've watched it. Again, another game that I've seen a lot of gameplay of, but not played myself. It's definitely... I'm annoyed I missed the boat on a song for it, because it feels very much like a me game to do a song about. Alas, I never got around to doing it. So we've just made a thing called a portable miner, by the way. This bit of equipment here, this rather cute bit of equipment, that will do the digging for us. It's only a little one, but if I do that, watch this guy. Look at him go. Look at him go. And he's off. And now we don't have to worry about mining stuff. We can just grab it straight out of his little inventory. So I've built 3 of these things. So I reckon I've got 1 on this iron. We've also unlocked concrete. Where's the nearest concrete? That'd be good to know, because we need that too. Ooh. Oh, okay. No, it's not that far. It's in the other direction. So most of that distance is just that. Okay, so let's go put 1 on the copper, and then we'll go put 1 on the concrete, and then we've got all 3 of our resources covered by a little mining machine. Let's also grab some more of these plants, because we're going to need these soon. Somehow, miraculously, that little portable mining machine doesn't require a power source. Don't ask me how. It'll go forever, no power. Most other machines in this game require you to fuel them. I think it's just a little luxury they give you early in the game, that the base mining machine has some sort of mega infinite battery. Maybe it's solar power, but it has no solar panels. Right, let's get another one of these mining machines out, put it in our hand slot, and place it down. This is going to start mining our copper for us. In fact, it's not even set up yet. It's still going, but it's already mining. We can already get our copper ore out of it. Oh, you know what? I said earlier in this stream that I'd keep an eye on the Discord room, and then when all the monitors went wrong, the Discord got minimized. I didn't notice. Whoops. So if you've been talking to me in the Discord room and I've not been responding, it's because my computer minimized Discord when I was trying to change the aspect ratio of the game, and I didn't notice. Oh, okay, well, it doesn't look like I've had anyone trying to tell me anything super relevant, important in there. I've not missed any golden nuggets of information. Cool, okay, good. Good, okay. I do have a Discord server, those of you who are asking. I have a Discord server that is public, but it has a private room in it just for patrons. But you can enter the public part of it, which is most of it, no problem. And there should be a link in the description of this video. Should be. Right, now we've got some copper. Let's grab a bit more. A little more. Head back and go get some concrete. Hello, Shanaz. Hello, Shanaz in the Patreon room. I apologise for not seeing. You've been messaging a lot, and I hope it wasn't all to me, because I've been missing it, because I'm an idiot. I'm a fool. I'm a fool, and I'm very sorry. Let's take this opportunity as we run back and forth to just run through the plants and grab the plants, because we're going to need a lot of these. Also, grab that whilst we're here. Empty that guy out. Back over here, and then, so there should be concrete this way. Let's do another scan for concrete. There it is. Okay, that's not too far at all. It still feels far when you're on foot and you don't have super robot legs like I'm used to having. But, okay, right. Concrete. Let's break this stone on top. This stone gives you lots of... resources are infinite. This hub will have infinite concrete in it, but this rock on top will break eventually and gives you lots very quickly. It's like a little starting boost. You have been noticed, Shanaz, and yes, I am looking Mesa Prime. Now I've not got Discord minimized like I had before because I'm an idiot. Okay, now let's get our mining machine out. Now we've got that. Oh, no, that's the wrong tab. Portable miner. Pop that down there. And again, just start grabbing. How do I cook my eggs? I don't have eggs often. I like eggs. Typically scrambled, though. Pretty easy to do a scrambled egg. Doesn't require all the effort of getting a frying pan out. My dream job, except YouTube, is a voice actor. I'd love to be a voice actor. That is my goal. And that's the great thing about YouTube, is it opens a lot of those doors. Like, I've now got a voice acting gig for SCP Blackout off the back of my YouTube channel. Which is great. It's, so I'm hoping that more of that is to come in future. I'm in talks with some other people, other game devs who might want me in their games. Nothing concrete or anything yet, but hopefully we'll see what happens. So, yes, thank you, Angie. Yes, if you're young and worried about joining the Discord server, it is age appropriate. We have a great team of mods there. We have a pretty extensive but not imposing set of rules. It's very family friendly, so if you want to join the Discord community, do please come say hello. You're more than welcome, as long as you're nice. If you're not nice, then we'll wag a finger at you, and if you're not nice again, we'll ask you to leave. But just be nice and we'll all get along fine. Okay, cool. We have a bunch of concrete now. Oh, this mines very slowly. Like the mining machines mine hundreds of these a minute, whereas this does about, what, 50, 60 a minute? Right. Can I randomly rant about something? Well, that's a stupid request. Why would I ever randomly rant about something? Who requests someone to randomly rant? Why would I, what does that gain me? I mean, I've had some pretty stupid requests in my time, but I think that tops them all. And I'll tell you another thing. Was that all right? Is that what you wanted? Does that tick the box? It was a bit meta, wasn't it? Yeah. Right. Okay, we now have concrete, which we can make into... Right. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself now. So we can now build... we can now make this reinforced iron plates we need. And for that, we can start... This may look like a slow, boring process, and that's because I'm dithering with the chat and not doing things concisely. We could have had all this done a good while ago if I was going for it and just doing it. But things are getting Shakespearean in my Discord Patreon room now. It's cultured. It's nice. How did I get the name Stupendium? It's actually not... Well, it's the name of a comic strip that I started writing and never did anything with, which is why it's a rubbish name for a person. It sounds great. The Stupendium sounds like the name of an object, like it was the name of a book. It was this fictional book that was the setting of all my comic strips. And it stands for a compendium of the stupendously stupid, all those three words portmanteaued together to make the Stupendium. And so that's the name I made this channel for, because I was originally going to start uploading like little animations of my comic strips to this channel, and that never happened. But I had the channel, and this is the channel that took off later on. So it's not the best name in the world, but it's pretty unique. It's pretty it's Googleable. There's nothing else called Stupendium out there, except for one guy on Tumblr who has the name, and I think has had it longer than me, but doesn't post anything anymore. And he just used to post little drawings he did on the side of Starbucks cups, which was quite cute. And I was very annoyed when I found his Tumblr. I was like, oh, he got there first with the name. But I don't know if he actually uses it anymore. So I like to think I'm the de facto Stupendium now. Shanaz asks in my Patreon room, have I heard of Six? I love Six. I only recently found out about Six. I'm hoping to see it sometime soon because I'm in London and so is it. And it's great. It's such a weird concept, but I love it. Six is wonderful. Yeah, it's great. If you haven't heard of Six, it's a musical about the lives of the wives of Henry VIII. But what if all of Henry VIII's wives, regardless of whether they died or not, went on to form some sort of ethereal girl band in the afterlife? And it's them doing sort of Girls Aloud, Spice Girls style songs about Tudor history. It's bizarre, but it's wonderful. Do I have Tumblr? No, I do not have Tumblr. Right, anyway. Now I got distracted again. Oh god, all my streams do this. I set out with a goal and then it ends up just being chat to the chat, which is fine because that's what stream's really about, isn't it? It's engaging and chatting with you guys. But I get worried I'm not being entertaining enough by not playing the game. But then when I play the game too much, I worry I'm not being entertaining enough by not talking. So I'm caught in an ever annoying cycle with myself. What happened to that Scrabble match with Dan? Okay, do you want to know a secret about the Scrabble match with Dan? We filmed it. It's done. It happened months ago. But, do you know what? It takes a long time to edit down 5 cameras worth of footage for a 3-hour Scrabble game. And his editor doesn't want to do it. So it's taking a long time for the actual video to be made and published. But the Scrabble match has happened. The Scrabble match concluded moons ago. But you'll have to wait to know the result of that storyline. Have I ever thought about putting my songs on SoundCloud? Enough people do that for me without my permission. Why would I need to? It's just they don't incorporate with any of the other Like, I have a music distribution service that handles that for me. I make my songs, I send them to this company, and the company puts them on Spotify and iTunes and Amazon and Google Play and all that, and handles it all for me. SoundCloud's not a part of that. They're their own unique thing, which is just another whole job I'd have to do myself, so I've not had time to do it. Mesa Prime wants to know how I found out about It Just Works, the awesome song by the Chalk Eaters. It just came up in my recommendations, honestly. I wasn't looking for it. I wasn't searching for anything in particular. Just in my recommendations. Okay, so now we need 10 iron rods. I keep making a thing, leaving, then remembering I need to make more. 10 iron rods. I'm not leaving until I've made all the bits I need now. Reinforced iron plates I can make 3 of, but I need 9, so I need more iron plates. Which means we need more screws as well. More iron plates. And more iron rods. And more screws. I've not planned this out very well. Now I can make 10 reinforced plates, which is what we need. Good, I've got enough of those. I now need some more iron rods, so I'll use them all up to make the plates. To make the screws to make the plates. 3, 4, 5, 9, 10. Cool, and then we need cable, which is made out of wire, which I have plenty of. Okay, now we have everything we need to build 2 smelters and 3 constructors. Ready for this? Things gonna get crazy, guys. Things are gonna get crazy. So let's build some smelters. This starting area will probably be torn down later on to make space for more complex versions of what we're about to build. But let's just start off with some smelters here, I think. So we want 2 smelters, 1 for copper, 1 for iron, I reckon, like that. Can I make a Stanley Parable song? It's on my list. I would love to, and they're doing a remaster, I think, later this year. So definitely want to do. I can't guarantee it at this point because my songs are a bit up in the air right now. But I definitely would like to do a Stanley Parable song. So, okay, I need more concrete. Okay, so now we need to... Now, I've built this over there when our power plant is over here. It's only a diddy one, but it is a power plant. So we need to build a power line. So this is a little power pole here. That's connected via cable to there. And that will bring another one over to here. And this can have 4 connections, one of which is the one that's coming from. So now... I can link these up. And as soon as I put fuel in that generator, these are going to turn on now. So these will start smelting ore for us. Now, can I do... I can't do conveyor belts yet. Oh, what's the point? Okay, in which case, let's just load these up. And then start filling our hub up for the next upgrade. We need 75 plates. Which I think we can actually already do some of this already. We can do the concrete and we can do the reinforced plates. We just need 75 iron plates. So let's start smelting some iron. Are there any games I want to make a song on? There are many games I want to make a song on, more than I ever have time. That's the problem. Especially with the way I've built a reputation of like having good videos. Like I'm a video artist who's found himself doing music. I'm not a musician who has started doing music videos. I'm a videographer. I'm an animator who started doing music. So I think I'm better at the videos than the songs for the most part. So I put a lot of time into my videos, which means I can't do as many songs as other channels that have simpler videos but can pump a song out a week or a song out every 2 weeks. So, but that is an option. I'd be curious to know, actually, just whilst I've got the chat going. Oh yeah, I've got ideas for the Stanley Parable song, by the way. I have an idea of where I'd go with it. I won't say any more than that. But out of curiosity, I was going to do a poll about this, but whilst I've got a chat, I will ask you guys as well. Would you prefer, if going forwards, if I were to do less videos, more songs? So if I were to do, say, the way JT do it, is they release their songs with very simple videos. They're like just gameplay footage and titles for the most part. And then if one of those songs is successful, they will go on and they will do a big video for it later. If I adopted a model like that, I could do a lot more songs and then just do videos for the most popular songs. Or I could keep going the way I am, and every song gets a big video, but there are less songs. Is there like a preference there? The way it is means you get less content, but all the content is higher quality. Or I could go for simpler videos for most songs, and then just do bigger videos less often, but you get more songs. Well, Galaxy Cat wants more songs. James Jams wants the videos. Well, we're already at 50-50. Right. What was I doing? Oh, yes, we just got ore. We need to now fuel up. Can I make biomass yet? Can I make fuel? I can. Good. So biomass is the most basic fuel. I'm grinding up leaves, turning it into biomass. Put that in a generator. That will power the smelters. Here we go. Put our biomass in here. So that's now powering, for now, these machines over here. And then I have to pick what I want to make. So this one can be for iron. Yeah, no, I take it back. That can be for copper. And this one can be for iron. There is method to my madness. And then I'd have to put resources in for iron ore. Where's my iron ore? Is that 100 iron ore? Oh, no, copper ore. Copper ore. And then this one gets iron ore. Okay, we've automated. We're running automatedly. We are now... This is the most base level of automation. We are now smelting things into ingots automatically. Both. Meet the Medic wants both. Well, that's not how it works. Seems definitely people prefer quality over quantity, and I'm happy. That's the one I prefer. I prefer doing less songs but giving every song a really good video. YouTube doesn't like that. The algorithm does not appreciate that. Alas. Cool. Okay, well those are being done. We now need some iron plates. We don't have conveyor belts yet. When we unlock conveyor belts, which I think might be next, we can pump things straight out of here and into a constructor to make iron plates with. But as it stands, we don't have that yet. So let's not worry about that and just manually do the plates. And hopefully that'll be enough to get us the conveyor belts. Then we can really start getting some automation going on. Cactus like Cells No More. Yeah, kinda. Maybe a bit more in depth than Cells No More. More gameplay video, like the sort of videos that JT Music and Dan Ball do, where it's gameplay footage edited to the song, and then with nice titles. I've got some that are sort of like that. Like my Kingdom Hearts song is one of those. It's a very detailed one of those. There's a lot of artwork in it still, but the verses are all just gameplay footage, and the choruses are sort of animated. So more videos like the Kingdom Hearts one where it's mostly gameplay. And there's Satisfactory that's sort of half and half gameplay, half nice video. And there's ones like Art of Darkness that are entirely like animated nice video. So basically it would be lose the middle ground, and all songs would either be very simple video and then occasionally a very complex video, as opposed to sort of mixing and matching and doing less songs. You get more songs, less good videos. Hello, Mr. VTN Salo. To your mandatory hello. You did say you'd go to sleep quite a while ago. Right. Do we have enough plates yet? I wasn't paying attention. Again, I was chatting to chat. Oh dear, I'm so bad at this. Some more ingots out of here. Okay, that should be enough maybe to make enough plates. $40. Oh yeah, this is fine. Welcome back, James Jams. Am I ready for the new Bendy game? I mean, ready in what regard? Am I ready to start animating another Bendy song? No. No, I just finished one. I don't want to do another Bendy song for a while. Oh, that's still not enough. Oh, gosh. I should just make a chat stream. I worry I'm not interesting enough to carry a chat stream by myself. I normally like to have someone with me if I can when I'm streaming to help me interact with chat and game more coherently. Alas, I have no one this evening. But thank you, Guy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. My favourite song? That's a tough question. I have a lot of favourite songs because I like a lot of different music. I guess I love Polaris by Jimmy Eat World. That's a very special song for me. I like that song a lot. But I mean, I have a lot of favourites. Okay. Finally, we got there. Okay, what do we got? What do we got in Tier 3? New parts, new buildings, player upgraded. We have a bigger inventory.
You have unlocked new buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the build
Cool.
menu and craft bench, respectively.
Oh, yes, we have conveyor belts. We're there, guys. We did it.
Hub upgrade,
We did it.
additional power.
Now we can
Advice.
start
When
getting
planning the
conveyors
construction of
going.
buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts.
Any hints as to what my next song will be
Overloading the
about?
power network
Well.
guarantees suboptimal performance.
Well, I have 2 songs in progress. I'm going away at the 1st of August for most of August. So my goal is to have 2 songs ready so I can release one sort of just before I go and have another one ready to release when I get back or not long after I get back. Maybe like release it while I'm away possibly, but I doubt it'll be done before then. So I have 2 songs, but I don't know which order they're going to be in. I don't know which one's going to be the one I release before I go and which one's going to be when I get back. But one of them I've already come out and said is FNAF VR. The other one I've not said what it is yet, and I won't say just yet. But I do have a FNAF VR song in the works. Whether that's my next song or the song after, I don't know. It's got a big video. Not quite Art of Darkness big, but nonetheless very drawing heavy. Do I live alone? I have 2 housemates. I live with 2 people I went to uni with. We share a house. Okay, we need all that stuff. Oh, okay, the next tier will get us a mining machine, which is exciting. Put some more ore in here. Should also have some completed. Okay, so now we can build constructors. This is exciting. So now we want to build 3 constructors, which we already have enough stuff to do. Perfect. I don't know if we'll have enough power to do it, though. That's another thing. Constructor production. So these machines turn one thing into another thing. It's the most simple form of construction it is. It's what we've been doing at the craft bench manually. So now let's go straight in to... Oh, I don't have splitters yet, do I? Oh, okay, that's tricky then. Okay, I might have to go another smelter. I was going to split the iron coming from one smelter to 2 of these machines, but I don't have a splitter yet, so I can only send it directly. Oh, okay. Okay, guys, slight change of plan. We need another smelter. Am I planning... choked on something there. Am I planning another stupid song like Summer Jam? I'd like to do more original non-gaming songs. It's just finding the time. They obviously aren't as popular. And especially now I've taken YouTube full time, like this is my job now and it's how I pay my rent and buy my food and things. It's even more risky to do songs about things that I don't think will get the views. And I hate to say it because if it was an ideal world, I'd just make what I wanted to make. But right now I have to balance what I want to make with what I think will make my rent each month. And so mostly that's just popular games and gaming stuff. And I took my risk already with Satisfactory. I knew that wasn't a massive game, and that was my passion project. So it'll be a while before I'm allowed to do another thing that I don't think will be too popular, like Summer Jam. Okay, right. Let's power some stuff. Build another one of these. And then do I have enough cable for this? Let's find out. I think I have just enough cable. Those are all powered. Let's build some conveyor belts. Hopefully I have enough. That's already in slot 3. Good. So let's do that. Oh, no, can't afford it. Need more iron plates. That's fine. We have some iron ingots. Let's go make some iron plates. And then that'll be the last time we have to do it, because we're about to have a machine that'll do it for us. My favourite TF2 character? That's a tough one, because it depends. My favourite to play was Sniper, but my favourite character is probably Spy as a character? I don't know. I played support a lot. I played a lot of Spy, a lot of Sniper. Not so much Medic. You know what? I played a lot of Medic because I got the... I did the original achievement that before they nerfed it. There was heal a million points of Medic damage. Heal a million points of damage as the Medic. I got that achievement legit. And then they nerfed it and made it so you didn't need to do that achievement to get the unlock, which is annoying. Okay, so now this should start pumping. There we go. There we go, guys. Our first conveyor belt. So this is automation. Pure automation. That smelts it. That will start turning it into stuff once we tell it what to turn it into. And this will do the same thing for copper. And that is actually in the wrong place. That can go away now. So now we can tell this what to make. So this we want to make wire. So that's now producing wire. And this can now produce iron plates. And these are both being produced automatically. Now the next phase will let us build a mining machine that lets us pump stuff from a mine directly into these machines, which is even better. Mesa Prime asks, will we one day get a Stupendium medley? I can't say. I don't. As I'm not a musician, and I think a lot of people don't realise this, but I'm a vocalist and a lyricist, but I don't make the music for my songs. I either work with people who make it or I buy the beats license depending on the situation and the song and so on. So the backing music is always by someone else. I often have it remixed and customized for my songs if it's not an original, or if I have it originally composed, then obviously it's original. But it means that I don't have the ability to combine the songs, and it would be a massive project. But it's not a thing I can just do because I don't make the music. I just do the words and the vocals. Sometimes a lot of my songs I'll write on acoustic guitar, and I'll just do an acoustic version and then send that to the musician, and they will use that as a basis to work from. But the chances of a medley happening, it's a lot of work, and it's not a skill set I have, so probably not, unless anyone out there wants to volunteer. But any tips for creating YouTube videos? James Jams. I mean, there's so many things I could say, but the biggest tip I can give is find a niche and fill it. Find something that you think other people want and isn't being made. So in my case, that was obviously video game music was a thing, but I think my style of weird sort of musical sort of rap is a new take on it that wasn't being done, and I hope people agree with me on that. And it seems to have paid off, and people seem to like it. Don't go out there and make what you can already see existing in. Don't be a Fortnite YouTuber. It's done. It's a crowded market. It's very unlikely you'll break it at this point. You'll break through. Find something that you think people want that doesn't exist and fill that hole. That's the best tip I can give anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel. Right, anyway, we need 75 iron rods, so we need another smelter. Let's get another smelter going. Smelter, can't afford it, need more rods. I needed that smelter to make rods. Oh no. Okay, make some ingots, make some rods. My pleasure, James Jams, I hope it's useful. What's the name of the merch store? It's stupendiumstore.com. There should be a link in the description. Angel of Gaming. I would consider collabing with them, and I didn't speak to them about it, but a lot of people tagged me in that, and they seem interested. We'll see what happens. They said they'd keep that in mind, so we'll see. Cactus. I cannot put the merch song on Spotify. I get asked this a lot. Like I was saying earlier about how I don't make my instrumentals, I buy them, I license them, or I have them composed. This one's a licensed one, the merch store song, because I didn't want it to be that video is not an ad, right? Like it is an ad. It's an ad for my merch store. Because of that, I didn't want to put ads on it. I don't want to profit from a song that I'm using to sell my merch, if that makes sense. So it's not monetized. And because of that, it uses a beat that I don't have a license to profit from. I don't own. I just rented the rights to use that backing music for the merch song, which means I can't make any money off it. So I can't put it on Spotify. That's because that's a for-profit platform, and I have no choice but to make money off it if I put it on Spotify. So that's why the merch song and any of my other songs that aren't on Spotify, it's the same reason. It's because for whatever reason I'm not allowed to profit from the song for some legal reasons. So that's why it's not there. Favorite Fallout game? 4. Still can't afford it. I thought I made rods. I didn't make the rods. I made the ingots to make the rods. Then I walked away. That's what happens when I get chat distracted. It's not your fault. It's mine. I'm doing very well, thank you, Kayaception Kaya. I hope I'm saying that right. How are you? Okay, let's try that again. Now we can afford it. We're going to run out of power soon, no doubt. Only put like a little bunch of leaves in there. The constructor we can afford. Good. Put that there. Link those up. Tell this one to make rods. Tell this to make iron ingots. And yeah, now we're talking. Any tips for beginning animators? The biggest tip I can give, and it's kind of cheating because it's not a tip, it's a place to get other tips from someone better than me, is buy the book. The Animator's Survival Kit by Richard Williams is the Bible for trainee animators, and it will do you no wrong. It is a great book. There's an expanded edition of it that came out a few years ago that's even longer than the one I have. It's definitely worth it. Any animator will tell you that that's like the tech. When I went to university to study animation, that was like on the reading list. That was required reading. And it's not a wordy book. It is full of words, obviously, but it's mostly like drawings and exercises and like demonstrations of how animation principles work. It's not just block text. The Illusion of Life is another great book about animation, which was by Frank and Ollie, two great Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnson. Yeah, Frank Thomas and Ollie Johnson, two of Disney's earliest animators, and it's a much older book and it's a big textbook and it is entirely words with some pictures. It's also very good, but it's less practical. It's more theory. Would I accept if someone gives me a chance to appear in a video game or animation? That depends on the video game or animation. I have appeared in video. Well, I am appearing in a video game soon, and I've appeared in animations. But it depends. Like, it's not. I can't give a blanket yes to that. That's just. Well, it depends on the project. My favourite game, except the Bioshock series, is the Dishonored series. You'll notice a theme. Do I get fans coming to me in public? Not often. I've had one or two people recognise me. I've been recognised more at events, like I've been to some like different conventions and things. Not like as an official guest, just as an attendee, and I've been noticed there a fair few times. But that's like the right audience for that. Whereas just on the street in public, I think once or twice, maybe. Will I collab with Dan Bull again? I've no doubt I'll collab with Dan Bull again. We have several things we've talked about and planned, and nothing like concrete yet, but we've got several projects we want to do. So anyone asking, do I remember you? I'm very sorry, but I have a lot of subscribers and a lot of people in chat a lot of times, so specific people are very difficult to remember. I'm sorry. Right, let's put some iron ore in here. Put some iron ore in here. And some more copper ore in here. Also, that's... Oh no, we're out of power connectors. Got room for one more there, but that needs to go to... Okay, let's put another... It's already getting messy. Got cable spaghetti already. That needs to go to there. That needs to go to there. And we're over power. Okay, we're currently using too much power. Is that because we've run out of power, or is it because we've shorted the circuit? Yeah, look, we shorted it. We used more power than we were generating. Okay. So that's not good. So we need to disconnect something from the network and wait till we get our second power plant unlocked. So I guess no automatic rods for us. There we go. Everything's back. Oh, my favourite case on LA. I do remember the Minecraft pixel art logo, though. Yes, I do. Favourite case in LA Noir. Oh, there's a lot of good ones. I never completed it. I got very far. But there's a lot. The one where you're like, I mean, towards the end game where you're chasing down the actual killer and doing that, like the big mystery hunt across the city is really good. I remember one where you're swinging on a chandelier in a lobby of a museum or something. That was really cool. Super Monkey Tour reviews and more. People are welcome to use my songs for animations, provided they're not for profit. So as long as it's not a monetized thing, and you're linking to me and stuff, then it's fine. If people want to animate my songs and monetize it, then that's more of a business thing, and they'll need to talk to me about that in private. But if you want to just do like an SFM or something, like a lot of people do SFMs and that sort of thing, then go ahead. Right. We need all those things now, so let's start doing those. Do we have... Yeah, we've got a load of wire. Cool. We've got a load of iron plates, but not enough. We need 100 of those. Well, let that keep going for... You know what, we can take them for now. We can clear its inventory out. This one, sadly, is achieving nothing, because we don't have enough power for it. But I'll take the ingots, if nothing else. We also need concrete, which is all the way over here. Will I team up with CG5? CG5 and I have talked about doing a collab. We have an idea for one. Nothing in motion yet, but we've talked about it. He moved house quite recently, and that sort of put up the brakes on the whole thing. We were sort of ready to go on this idea we had, and then he moved house, and now I've had to go on holiday as well, so... if it happens, it won't happen for a while yet, but I'd like to work with CG5, so yeah. Thoughts on other gaming music creators? I mean, they're nice guys. I'm about to go and visit most of them in the US at NPC, so even if I did have something horrible to say, which I don't, I wouldn't say it, would I? Everyone's good. Everyone's nice. Everyone I've met's been lovely. Right. I want to make a song with Alan Walker or Imagine Dragons. Who would I work with? It's a very, very specific and/or. Imagine Dragons? I'm more familiar with Imagine Dragons. Off the top of my head, I can't think of who Alan Walker is, so feel free to shout at me for that if I'm supposed to know who he is. I bet I'd know him if I knew his songs, but off the top of my head, Imagine Dragons. Mesa Primes asked me a question in the Patreon Discord that I can't think of an answer to, and it's interesting because it's a sort of question I think, oh, maybe I should. If I were to meet a celebrity, it's a question I would ask them. But I've never had a thought about what my answer to it would be, and that is, which of my videos do I like least, and which I'd like to do better. That's tough. I don't like releasing videos I'm not happy with. I think my Christmas song, the Christmas fandom song that's like a crossover of all different fandoms, was very rushed because it was right before Christmas. I wanted to get it done. It was actually the Christmas song I wrote the year before and didn't get time to release. Didn't get time to finish it, so I cancelled the project and did it again the next year. It was getting so close to Christmas, and I only just finished fault number 76 because that took longer than I thought. So yeah. In the end, it was very rushed to get it done in time for Christmas, and it shows, I think. It shows there's a lot of spelling mistakes in it, if nothing else. Galaxy Cat wants to know if I'll team up with Andy BTTF. I have teamed up with Andy BTTF. He released an animation of my Undertale song a couple of months ago. We've worked on, well, I say we worked on it together. I did the song and then he did the animation later on. I didn't really help with the animation at all, but it was a team up technically. So yeah, he's released an animation of one of my songs. Portal song with me being Cave Johnson would be epic, and it is on my list of things to get done eventually. I mean, I've got this whole thing, haven't I, of me being a guy in a tie behind a desk for a song, and he's the ultimate guy in a tie behind a desk when it comes to gaming, so I definitely want to do that. Did I animate the Christmas song? I do all of my own videos. All of my videos are pretty much entirely by me, unless stated otherwise. There's one or two I've had a bit of help on. That one, the Christmas one, I did all the artwork, but I did have help from a friend cleaning some of the artwork. So yes, some of the art, it was like line art, was like tidied up by a friend of mine, but all the artwork itself, all the drawings were by me. Thank you, Meet the Medic. Thank you. It was a fun video to do, even if the game didn't turn out to be very good. The We Happy Few song came out really well. I'm very happy with it. Favourite song from 6? I love the closing number. I know it's cheesy to say the closing number, but it's really good. Have we got 100 plates yet? We must be close to 100 plates now. I want to complete the hub. Move on. I want to move on from hub upgrades. Yes. We've got enough now. No, we haven't. Oh, I lied. If Alan Walker makes dubstep type music, then I will not be aware of him. I'm not into dubstep particularly. But now I know. Are people allowed to cover my songs? Yeah, people can cover my songs if they'd like to. I only ask that if there's an instrumental available, that they buy the instrumental. There's nothing worse than a cover song where they're either singing over the original or they've done that weird thing in Audacity where you try and remove a voice and you get this weird warpy echoed voice. So instrumentals are available for a lot of my songs, but not all of them. What am I doing? I've got one of these. Pfft. Completely zoned out there. Favourite movie when I was little? Mary Poppins, I think. Nowadays it's probably Who Framed Roger Rabbit or Hello Dolly are tied in first. But when I was little, it would definitely have been a Disney film, and I imagine it would have been probably... Yeah, I've already forgotten what I just said. But Lion King was definitely up there. Aladdin was up there. I love the Disney films. I really did. Hello, Maddox Richardson. Thank you for hopping in to say hi. Hello back to you. Have I seen or will I see? I've seen Toy Story 4. I saw it the day it came out. Toy Story was my childhood. There's another one that I loved a lot as a kid. Mary Poppins, that's what I said. I loved Mary Poppins and the Lion King as a kid. Mary Poppins, Lion King, and Aladdin. Favourite food is cheese. This is becoming Q&A now. I do love cheese. I know that's not really I mean, it is a food, but it's not like you do say, I'm going to have cheese for lunch. You say, I'm going to have cheese in a thing. But anything with cheese in it, anything cheese heavy. Cheese. How long do I think I'll be streaming? I have seen Mary Poppins Return. It was fine. Technically wonderful. Lots of really beautiful sequences in it. However, narratively... pretty bland. Didn't have much going on, did it? It was a retread of the original story. I have not teamed up with DA Games. I'd love to team up with DA Games. That'd be awesome. And how long will I be streaming? I don't know. I normally stream for 2 or 3 hours. It's been 2 hours. So I want to get some decent headway on this factory, though. Also, what was I going to say? Also, I need to crank up those watch hours, because you may have noticed this stream's not monetized. And that's because this is a new channel, which means I can't put ads on anything and I can't profit from it. Which obviously streaming isn't really about profit, but it's nice, it helps. So I need to get 4,000 watch hours on this channel before I can enable ads. So I'd like to be able to do that, so I might go a bit longer to try and crank in some of those watch hours. out of all my songs, which is my favourite? Mario, then there are a big number in Roman numerals plays. I can't tell you. I get asked this a lot. I don't have a favourite because I like all my songs for different reasons. I've answered that a lot. And the answer's always different. House Always Wins I love because it's a good character study. I love Art of Darkness because it really shows, I think, how much I've improved over the 2 years since I did Find the Keys. Yeah, I love Chairman of the Board because it was just very fun for me to do. And it's very silly. Would I do a Left 4 Dead song? I mean, I love Left 4 Dead. I enjoyed it a lot. We upgraded the hub, by the way.
Feature, additional biomass generator.
Okay, double
New
power.
buildings,
Double
which can be
power.
found in the build menu.
Perfect. We now have doubled our power output.
Hub upgrade, molecular analysis.
Ooh.
Note: to ensure full mastery of skills and equipment, I have been asked to not interfere with this last objective.
Cool. Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you, Ada. No, you're breathtaking, Violet the Ace of Spades. That's the meme, isn't it? That's the meme. No, you're breathtaking. I think that's the meme. My reaction to Find the Keys blowing up was, I mean, I don't know what to say really. It was surprise. It was in some ways relief that I hadn't spent like a year making a video that no one cared about. I was really hoping it would do well because I put a lot of time into it, but equally I was a tiny channel. I wasn't expecting it. So I was very, very happy. YouTube was always a dream of mine, and it was the first sign that maybe YouTube could become something bigger than just a hobby. I mean, it still stayed just a hobby for a while, but it was certainly a sign that maybe there was some potential there. So yeah, Find the Keys blowing up was massively happy times for me. Very much so. Do I get fan art? I do get fan art. Yes, I love fan art. People send it to me quite a lot, actually, and I'm always very grateful. You're welcome to send it to me. Anyone who wants to send me fan art can either tag me on Twitter, send it to me there, or there is an art room on my Discord. It's not just for fan art, but if you want to send me fan art, you can send it there and tag me in it as an option. Okay, so what do we need? We just unlocked a load of stuff, and I wasn't paying attention. We have we have the mining machine. That's exciting, and we could afford to build it as well. Oh, that's good. What do we want to mine? What do we need? Next upgrade is just concrete, which we can do. Wire, which we can't do yet, but we can do them all pretty soon. Okay. You know what, let's set up a concrete plant, shall we? I have no plans for an SCP song right now, but never say never. Get that going. I've got a little bit more iron ore. Get that going as well. Can I build power yet? No, I can't. I can't build my own generators. I've still got to run off the tiny generators on the base. Have I thought about making traditional rap songs? I mean, I wouldn't use the word traditional, but if you mean like serious original music that's not about a game, yes, I would love to. And I've done some already. I've done, there's 4 is one of my very early songs. I'm very proud of it. And I would like to do more, just finding the time to do it. Here we go. Here we go. So let's open this. Let's take that, pick up the miner as well. And then we can build a mining machine. There we go. Our first actual mine. Isn't that exciting? Whew. Okay, so you also need. Can we build storage yet? We can't build. We can build storage. Okay, that's exciting. Good. Okay, so we can also afford one of those. So let's build one of those over here. This little starting area is going to be a mess until we sort of start planning it out properly. This will be a mess. I built that the wrong way around. Okay, so then we want to build a constructor. I cannot afford that. Okay. Was it fun being Joey Drew in Art of Darkness? He was a fun character to play. Yeah, he's got a fun voice. Yeah, it was fun. It's fun. I like doing characters in my songs. I think that's one thing I have that sort of sets me apart from other channels. It's my niche is doing very character heavy work. Shanaz is typing in the Discord room. I see you. So I need more screws. I need more screws. Favourite core from Portal 2? I mean, it's got to be Wheatley, hasn't it? It's got to be Wheatley, right? So you're telling me you're British, but you can do the best 30s New York voice impression? Well, you know. I like doing voices. My songs are an excuse to do silly voices. I mean, my upcoming FNAF song is so many voices. Not to spoil it for you, but there's a lot of voices in my FNAF VR song. Favourite colour? Purple and orange. And I like the secondary colours. Purple, orange and lime green. If there's ever a third channel, it'll be lime green, so I've completed the trio. I should make some more biomass as well, actually. Whilst I'm here, make some more fuel for the power generators. Do I like Lego? Yes. The thing is with Lego, is that I love building Lego sets, but I can't bring myself to break them apart once they're built, and then I have to put it somewhere. I've got like several Lego vehicles in my living room on a shelf. I'm like, what do I do with these? Now they're built. I'm done. The fun's gone now. I don't get any fun in playing with them. The fun was the building. But I've built them. I don't want to take them apart. So I've just got like a Lego Batmobile and a Lego Joker car, like just sitting in my living room. Wire too long? Can't afford. I'm out of rods. If I ever do a Half-Life 2 song, what character will I be? I don't know. I've not really played Half-Life 2 properly. I played it years ago, never finished it. Didn't really do it for me. I know that's sacrilege because Half-Life 2 is supposedly like one of the best games ever made. Didn't really do it for me. I got to a bit in the middle of the game that was like this hovercraft sequence that wouldn't end, and it got so annoying I stopped playing and never picked it up again. Favorite type of pizza? I like a pizza that's a good balance of veg and meat. Like, my girlfriend just loves the meat eater, like all the meats, whatever that is. I like a pizza that's like a good few meats, but also like some onions, some pepper, that sort of thing. Okay, we're now mining concrete. Concrete is being mined. How many people are watching right now? Because my view counter has said 62 for ages, and it feels weird that it's not fluctuated, gone up or down at all in like an hour. Is it frozen? Is it frozen, or have I just really engaged with 62 specific people? Which is it? DRS Edits wants to know what my favourite game is. I'm going to let the chat answer that because I bet the chat know the answer. Can't for that either. $54. Okay, weird. Yeah, my... does it say 54 on the little counter in the top right, or does it say 54 on the actual like viewers on YouTube? Does it match? Because my little thing says 62, which is weird. Okay, so it's people just getting random numbers. How weird. How weird. Hello, Minica. You've been noticed. Oh yeah, look, the number's all over the place, apparently. How weird. How weird. Oh no. Oh no. I thought I could jump over that. I couldn't. I'm not giving an estimated release date for the Help Wanted song because, like I say, I've got 2 songs in the works and I don't know what order I'm going to release them in. So I literally have no idea which way around they're going to come out. It depends which one gets finished first, because there's the other one is very different and has a very different type of video that I've not done before and is exciting. But I can't gauge which one's going to be done first at this point in time. Okay, let's grab up all these other out of the way. Cool, we have concrete. Oh, look how slow these conveyor belts are. Mark 1. They go up to Mark 5 right now, and there's like a Mark 6 that isn't out yet. Right, okay, so now that's pumping to there. We can tell this thing to make concrete. We officially have a factory now. All 3 stages. It's being mined, it's being converted, and any second now, there it is. Concrete. Concrete, guys, we've done it. We have a factory. Game over. We finished. We beat the game. We beat the game. It's done. You live in the USA, so you want to know what a mince pie is. A mince pie is a traditional Christmas treat, which is full of mincemeat, which does not have any meat in it, but did hundreds of years ago when it was invented. It was a way of preserving meat by keeping it in spices and sugars and vinegars, and it made sort of like a sweet beef thing, and it became they made a pie out of it, and they last a long time because the beef was preserved in these sugary syrups. I may be wrong on this, but then over the years the beef actually went away, and just the diced fruit and the sugar and the syrup, the sugar and the fruit and the bit of alcohol as well, brandy or whatever, stayed. Because that was where the flavour was. So it's like a sweet pie full of mincemeat, which doesn't have any meat in anymore, but it's still called mincemeat because it originated as a way of preserving meat. So it's like a sweet, fruity pie with a slight boozy taste to it. They're delicious. They're a very English thing. How do I make such amazing lyrics? That's an awkward question to answer because there's no like button. There's no method like, today I'm going to write amazing lyrics. Normally I don't, but today I think I'll bust out the amazing ones. I just write and they come out good sometimes, I think, and the good ones make it into songs and the bad ones don't. The 3rd channel will be called Stu3PM. No, the 3rd channel will be called Stupendrium, obviously. Not that I have any plans for a 3rd channel right now. I've barely got anything to put on the 2nd one as it stands. Okay, we've got 26 concrete in there. Lovely. I'm going to say now, guys, I'm going to announce it to the chat. I'm not answering the what's your favourite song you've made question anymore because I've already done it about 4 times tonight and many, many times before and there's no answer. So, was I Bertram in Art of Darkness? I was everyone in Art of Darkness. All of the voices and both Joey and Bertram's face are both me. Would I play any Mario games? Probably not. Well, certainly not on stream anyway. I don't own any Mario games. I don't really play Nintendo games. They're not my sort of game. What am I doing? I want these. I want more of these. My favourite tongue twister is probably how much wood could a woodchuck chuck, woodchuck could chuck wood, a woodchuck could chuck much wood as woodchuck, woodchuck and woodchuck could chuck wood. That's probably my favourite. Do I think I'm too hard on myself when it comes to my songs, or do you think it helps the final product? I mean, if you think you're too hard on yourself, then you clearly... Is it possible to know you're too hard on yourself? I don't think I am. I think I give myself the right level of critique. Ever planning on playing games with fans? I mean, that's certainly a thing I plan to do. I'm going to start doing streams for patrons specifically, which obviously will be much smaller streams with much smaller audiences, which will make it much easier to play with people. So it's definitely a thing I'd like to do with my patrons. I can't promise I'll be able to do that on a wider scale just yet. We'll see. I have not played Don't Starve, I'm afraid. I have not. Soon, we'll build a conveyor belt that does this journey for us, I promise. I do not play Destiny. I will not play Destiny. It's a looter shooter. Any game on principle, I don't play if it has microtransactions. It's just a principle thing. And that may sound big-headed. And I'm sure a game will come along one day that I will break that rule for. But as it stands, I'm not into games where the purpose of the game is just to get bigger guns by finding loot. It doesn't really entertain me. Those games have a narrative. I like games with stories, and those games have stories, but the story is only there to facilitate the cycle of get loot, shoot more, get loot, get... boring. I'm being so negative, aren't I? Someone's asked me if I'm excited for Pokemon Sword and Shield. I haven't played Pokemon since Yellow, so no. No, I'm not really down for Sword and Shield either. Hyped for MCC on PC. What's MCC? I bet as soon as you say what it is, I'll know. But like off the top of my head, I can't think of what that acronym is. I always think I can jump over those. I'm so used to having a higher jump height. Alas. Let's put some more iron in there. And in there. Would I rather play a visual novel or a shoot 'em up? I'm definitely a shoot 'em up. I like shooters if they have a good story behind them, but it's just things like Call of Duty and Battlefield, which is like it's a war simulator, and it's just root toot shoot. And there's a story there. If there's a story there, it's just a generic war. I like fantasy shooters. I like Bioshock. I like Wolfenstein. I like Dishonored is a bit of a shooter. I guess it's a stealth magic shooter, but yeah. Prey. I loved the new Prey game. That was great. My favourite indie game? I don't know. I mean, is Satisfactory indie? I think it is. Does it count as indie? Because right now it's Satisfactory. If you count Satisfactory as indie, then I definitely count this. Okay, we're now making rods. Rods are happening. I keep trying to jump over that. I'm still not used to not being able to jump so high. Look at that. Glorious. Automation, guys. Will I stream the new Doom? Ooh, I did like Doom. Doom was just silly fun. Very arcadey, very fun. I don't know if I'd stream it. Mainly because it requires your full attention. Like, you can't stop and talk to chat when playing Doom. You've got to keep playing the game, right? Doing it again. So, I'm not sure if that would really lend itself to a stream. But, I mean, maybe. We'll see. Possibly a song. Possibly. I mean, I don't know whether my weird style of musical rap would lend itself to the metal-y tones of Doom either. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it. I definitely am excited for the game. Thank you very much, Super Monkey Toy Reviews. I appreciate it. Thank you. People keep telling me to stream Dark Deception or asking if I play Dark Deception. I don't think I've ever heard of Dark Deception. I'm lying. I've heard of it. I know the name. I do not know what it is. I definitely would like to do some horror game streams. Certainly around Halloween. I've got a couple of spooky games I'd like to do. I've got Layers of Fear 2. I think it'd be a good stream. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm getting so confused now. I need 150 rods, which is happening now. Rods are happening. I doubt I'll have 150 yet. I'll have like 30 tops. 25, yeah. Okay, so let's build another mining machine. Let's build another miner. Oh, we've already got enough for 2 more miners. Oh, we can build miners easy. Oh, that's great. Okay. So, whoever's asking for the Tetris song, Virgil, I will not be doing a Tetris song. That's not the easiest thing to write about. Certainly not the most interesting thing to write about. It might be a silly, fun song if I manage to do it, but it's certainly not one that interests me to write. Here we go. What's my opinion on PewDiePie versus T-Series, and what opinion is there to have? The 2 channels who both have a lot of subscribers, and one got more than the other in the end. I don't watch either of their content. It's not really that big of a deal. I don't think that Pewd isn't the biggest channel anymore, because he's still the biggest YouTuber. Like, people seem to ignore the fact that T-Series is a network. T-Series is a company. There's no creator bigger than PewDiePie. He's still the biggest creator on the platform, and it is still a platform for creators. There are, YouTube Music, the music channel on YouTube that's owned by YouTube, has more subs than PewDiePie. But because it's owned by YouTube, people don't care. T-Series is no different to YouTube's music channel. It's just, as opposed to it being owned by YouTube, it's owned by a multi-billion-dollar Bollywood company. Like, so what if they've got more subscribers? There's no individual person who's got more subscribers than PewDiePie. There's no one person who has more fans than PewDiePie on the platform. It's just, like, it's not the same thing. It's just a number. He's not competing with another person. If it was another individual YouTuber who surpassed him, then I think it would be a bigger deal. Not that big a deal, but, like, they don't really compare. They're totally different things. So it's a silly contest. Right, okay, so we now have the ability to mine iron. Can we reach the miner with that? We can. Okay. We have iron coming in. Now, do we want to move our iron stuff over to here or conveyor it all the way along? That's the question. I mean, we don't have many iron plates. Let's see how many iron plates we have in storage. Could I check out Splatoon? No, because I don't have a Switch. Alas. It's not many conveyor belts, is it? Ooh. I need 150 rods, 150 iron plates, 500 wire. Well, we're getting there with the rods. We are getting there with the wire. In fact, we're there with the wire. We could do the wire. Let's get the wire in. Could I play Resident Evil Biohazard? No. Not my sort of game. I'm not into big horror games. I like the fun indie sort of quirky horror. I like Bendy. I like FNAF. I like that sort of thing because they're silly and fun. I'm not that into actually playing a terrifying horror game. I've watched full playthroughs of Resident Evil 7. I enjoy watching other people play them. I'm not that into super intense horror games myself, so unlikely that I will play it. Can I do a Q&A? I'm doing one right now. It's so much easier to do them like this than it is to actually make the video. It takes a lot of time to make a Q&A video, which is time I could be spending on music videos, to be honest. What am I doing? Iron ingots. Will I grow my beard back? Do I not have it now? I mean, I've never had a beard. I've had sideburns, which I still have. They're still there. And the moustache. Would I play Bioshock on stream? I already have. I streamed Bioshock on my other channel, like last year, early this year. No, it was last year. It was last year? Either late last year or early this year. I've not played Hollow Knight, no. No, I cannot say something in... I cannot say anything in Funtime Freddy's voice. Simply because I share a house with 2 other people who are both asleep because it's 3 a.m. and it's a loud voice. It's not... You can't do, oh, hello again. It doesn't work quietly. It's a voice you have to shout. And, like, there's a room away. My housemate is sleeping and another room away. So, no. Which is more confusing, FNAF or DDLC? FNAF is more confusing. DDLC has 1 game of story to contend with. FNAF has, like, what, 7, 8 different entries in the series now to deal with? Which character is better, Atlas or Andrew Ryan? They're both very flawed characters. If I had to have a preference, I'd say Andrew Ryan, but neither of them are good people. I mean, I find Ryan more interesting as a character, but neither of them are good people, are they? Let's be honest. One of those. 1 out of ore. I do not own a Nintendo. Well, yes, I own a Nintendo console / handheld. If you count the GameCube or Game Boy Advance, that's the most recent Nintendo console I own. I am thinking of getting a Switch, just I've got a lot of planes to get coming up. I think it'd be handy to have. But I'm looking at the Switch and going, I like the idea of having this console. The premise of a Switch appeals to me as a portable gaming console. None of the games interest me. Like, I'm like, oh, Mario Odyssey, Zelda Breath of the Wild. No, not really for me either. Mario Maker. Like, oh, hello, Bane Games. Are you from the Satisfactory team? We're having some. Well, they're not the best shenanigans. We're very early game. We decided to start a new factory. So we're in the very early stages of hub upgrading and debating whether it's better to make stuff by hand or wait for the constructors, because the constructors are still slower. Will I buy a PS5 when it comes out? Possibly. I only recently got a PS4, to be honest, so we'll see. Thanks, Angie. Farewell. Thank you for joining us. One of the mods is heading off. Thank you, Angie. Mesa Prime asks, did I say that I'd be doing vlogs on Stupendium? Yeah, sometimes, possibly. I mean, I'm going on a holiday in a couple of weeks' time, so I might do a holiday vlog. It's not going to be like a regular thing, but if I ever do want to do a vlog, then it'll be for Stupendium and not the main channel. Thank you very much, Bane Games. I appreciate it. And let's see if I can find you. I don't have the map yet, but I have the room. There you are. There you are. Well, that's all the verification I need. Thank you very much for joining us and for working on this game. I really like this game a lot, if you couldn't tell. I wish I was in my big factory now and I could show it off. It's not great, but it's certainly more impressive than this. It's certainly more impressive than this. I'm not doing very well because I've half divided my attention between the chat and the call of the conveyors. What was I doing? Iron plates. I have enough iron plates now. I can finally get them done. Iron rods. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. I have a bit more iron, do I? I can make one more iron rod. Cool. Okay, well, there's some in a chest over here. Am I getting sleepy? No, I've certainly found that since taking on YouTube full time, I've gradually shifted towards Nocturne. Okay, no, I don't have any rods. I guess I didn't fill this thing up with ore. Whoops. Do I have any more iron ore? No, I don't. Okay, well, I've embarrassed myself now. Watching the old silent movies? Yeah, I mean, I like a lot of old movies. I love musicals, so I like a lot of movie musicals. Obviously, the musicals aren't silent, but I've seen some silent ones, yeah. Annoyingly, off the top of my head, I can't think of any. But I know I've seen silent movies. The Artist's very good. I know The Artist isn't old, it's a new silent movie. But if you like silent movies, check out The Artist that came out, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago now. It's in the style of old silent movies. It's great. Hey, community outreach is important. Thanks, Bane. I do like it. I like it a lot. I don't normally touch early access games because I play a lot of story-based stuff normally, and I find early access just spoils it. But you've got the perfect system here of you're teasing me with all the great gameplay without spoiling the story yet. When the narrative comes, it's all going to be fresh. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this game goes. Are my roommates aware of the work I do? Yes, yeah, my housemates know what I do. Some of them, my housemate Dan has been in a couple of my videos. He's the intern at the end of my Spider-Man video and the beginning of Spider-Man, and he's also one of the wellies in my We Happy Few video, so he knows what I do. Rapture or Columbia? Rapture, every time. How long did it take me to make a video? It varies from video to video. My biggest ones, like Art of Darkness and Find the Keys, took me like up to a year on and off. Ones like the Satisfactory one I did very recently, that took me about 3 weeks. Face cam's a bit blurry. It is a bit blurry, isn't it? Why do that? I made it worse. Oh. What's wrong? What's wrong with you? That's weird. It's a new camera as well. Normally doing that fixes the focus. That is odd. If I stay here, there we are. If I just do play a game like this, slowly move back. I don't know what's causing that. Forgive me just a moment. Do apologise. Just wipe the camera down and hope that maybe that'll fix it. There we go. The city which we made would most likely be in the sky more than underwater realistically. I don't think that's right. the science already exists to build buildings underwater. To build buildings that can fly, we're a bit further away than that. From that. Oh, we have the fully upgraded hub, and oh, that's new.
Congratulations.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Future
Slight
molecular
delay.
analysis
Slight
machine
delay on the
also
rest of the hub
known as
arriving, but it's there.
building,
Early
mass
access, folks.
burner, building, space elevator, equipment, object scanner, equipment beacon, additional hand equipment slot.
Beautiful.
Motivational message. Congratulations.
Thank you, Ada. I
succeeded
appreciate
in
it.
every provided task. On behalf of Fixit Incorporated,
Aw.
thank you for your current and future service.
Thank you, Ada, for your support. If I had to...
Additional knowledge.
Oh, there's
The
additional
hub
knowledge.
terminal has been converted to give access to milestones
Wonderful.
to ensure you progress along Fixit-approved protocols.
There we go. That's good to know.
Additionally, the MAM provides the opportunity to send samples of xenobiology and other materials I deem relevant to R&D in exchange
Ah.
for appropriate rewards.
Good to know. So it got some leveling to do.
Note,
Ooh.
future developments should be aimed at constructing the space elevator and thus initiating project assembly.
Yes, so we need a
Good luck.
space elevator. That's a big thing that you saw in my other factory that lets us ship stuff off to space and lets us unlock more complex things. Let's see how a little concrete factory's doing. Oh, good. We actually have a good supply of concrete going on. Let's take some of that. Oh, Buster Keaton is good. I've not seen much Buster Keaton, but I've seen more Chaplin than I've seen Keaton. But Keaton is very good. What do I think of steampunk? Steampunk's really cool. I like steampunk. It's a very cool aesthetic. I like deco punk, which is basically what Bioshock is, which is a similar premise. Like, what if there was high tech stuff in the 30s as opposed to what if there was high tech stuff in the 1800s? But right. Anyway, that's progress. That's progress. So now we've got all these tiers. We can do these. These are things we can. In the same way we were unlocking these things, we now unlocked these things. So we can now choose what order we want to do things in. So walkways, jump pads, obstacle clearings. That's a chainsaw. Part assembly. Let us build more complicated machines. So that's tier 2. Tier 1 has lookout towers, some walls and things. Biofuel. That's a more efficient form of fuel, which will be very handy for us. Logistics, conveyor splitters, very handy. Personal storage box, pretty useful. Ventry slots, very handy. And walls, which I never use and really should use more. I use them now and then, but like I don't use walls as much. I should put instrumentals in the background of my streams. I do sometimes. This game has a very nice ambient soundtrack that I'm quite enjoying. If you can't hear it, let me know. I can turn it up. But I do quite like this game is called Satisfactory, and it's not just a pun on factories. They have literally said, like in their goals when making this game was to make the game as satisfying as possible. It feels very zen and relaxing, and the sound goes a long way to that. So I actually quite enjoy having the sound of the game going. I'll often put on like a podcast maybe whilst I'm playing it as well, but just the ambient noise of the game is quite satisfying. Did I ever get a package from Joey Drew Studios? No, I didn't. I did not. I've not had the package from any of the games, but that's fine. Did Joey Drew Studios send packages out? That's cool if they do. I sent my early Bendy songs to the Meatly and stuff before Joey Drew Studios was formed, and he never got back to me. So. If I were to make a Halo rap, who would I be? I don't know because I've not really played Halo. I played around friends' houses as a kid. So I guess, is there a commander who he talks to on the earpiece? I know he's got the, is it Eva? Is it Eva? No, he's got a lady in it. Cortana. He's got, but obviously I'm not a lady, so that'd be difficult to do a Cortana song. But typically I like to do the role of the authority person telling someone what to do. So. Right, anyway, what are we doing now? What are we doing? So we could move our iron production over to where the iron is. That's probably a good idea. So let's do that. I think that's probably a good idea. Because we can now... Can we build power now? We can finally build... Okay, we can build actual power stations and not just rely on the two little ones there. So let's, as these are all done, let's deconstruct some of this and move it now. Now we can actually do some slightly better stuff. Okay, we've got nothing in there. That's cool. You'll often find... Will I team up with random encounters? I would love to, if they would like to. We'll see what happens. So you'll find when you start the game out, there's a lot of chopping and changing. And it's so easy to do it as well. Like, there's no cost for deconstructing things. Oh, I have a full inventory. What do I need? One limestone. I can go. Ooh, that's a loud noise. Have I ever visited Arstotzka? I have not visited Arstotzka. It's very hard to get into anyway. I tried. I couldn't get past the gate. But my passport was in crayon. So now we can start doing a bit more planning. So now we can go foundations. Yeah. So we can actually start building some platforms to build on now. And things will be a bit more organised. So let's start doing that. Taking things up a level, guys. Plenty of concrete. Let's just get a big flat area built out. And actually do this proper. Do this proper like. Oh, and also we have a slug, don't we? Let's go put our slug in the research machine so we can actually start making slug juice. It's not slug juice, power shards. The slugs, if you were here earlier, you may have noticed we found this slug. Can I hold it in my hands? I can't hold it in my hands. Okay. These slugs are around the world and they can be turned into power shards, which make your machines better, which are great. So let's... Unfortunately, you have to sacrifice your first one to the research machine, but if I find more, I can then make power shards. A lot of questions about will I team up with certain people. I'm open to collabs with lots of people, with anyone. But generally, when it's with a bigger channel, I will let them make the first move. I don't want to impose myself. So I would love to work with JT, and we've sort of talked about it very loosely. Like we know each other a bit. We've spoken once or twice, and we've said it would be cool to do something, but we've no idea what. So hopefully one day. But next month is NPC. If you aren't aware of NPC, it's Nerdcore PartyCon in Nashville, Tennessee, which I'm attending and performing at. And it's basically half convention for nerdcore artists and half networking for nerdcore artists, because there's going to be like 20 different nerdcore channels there. And it's basically a big who wants to collab with who meeting. So hopefully I leave that with some collabs. Hopefully, that's the goal. Have I ever played a GTA game? Yes, I have GTA 5. I played it for quite a bit, actually. But if that's the only one I've owned and played. I've played others around friends' houses. I played a lot of San Andreas around a friend's house years ago. And GTA 3, my nan's next door neighbor, my grand's next door neighbour. Because they're two different things, nan and gran. My grand's next door neighbour had GTA 3, and every time I'd visit my gran, I'd go next door and play GTA 3 with him. So yeah, but the one only one I've owned and played is 5. That's a shame, James Jams. Sorry you can't be there. Right, we have a platform now. We have a little platform. We actually also have a second iron ore node over here, so we could get 2 lots of iron ore on the go. That might be a good idea. Hopefully we'll have enough power to do it. The set list hasn't been publicly announced, so I'm not at liberty to say. I'm not going to announce what songs I'm doing. I know I only found out yesterday what songs I'm doing. I had to send in a list of songs I'd like to do, and then they made a set list, and I sent off 3 songs I'd like to do, and I got 2 of them. So I've got 2 songs I'll be performing. But I'm also on at least 1 or 2 other songs with other people, collab-y type things. So, yeah, the set list isn't public yet. I don't know if they will make it public or just keep it a surprise for the event, so I am not going to say what songs I'll be doing. Will I make a Bendy Chapter 5 song? Art of Darkness is my last Bendy song until Dark Revival. Like, Art of Darkness was a Chapter 3 song when I started it, and it took so long to make that the video ended up including bits of Chapter 4 and bits of Chapter 5, not in the lyrics so much, but certainly in the animation. And I think that's going to cover... That's got Bendy covered for me now until Dark Revival comes out, because I spent so long on that. I'm all Bendied out. I don't want to do... Bendy's lovely. I enjoy the franchise. I enjoy the world of Bendy. But I've drawn so much Bendy this past year. I'm ready to not do any more Bendy for a while, until at least Dark Revival comes out. So we'll see. But yeah, I doubt I'll do another Chapter song. I have played Prison Architect. Not much, but I do have it. Prison Architect's one of those games that I buy thinking, oh, this will be great. And then I get bored of it quite quickly. When I was a kid, when I was like a teenager, I loved that sort of game. The only games I played were those sort of management, theme hospital, Prison Architect, theme park, those sort of games. And every now and then one comes out and I'm like, oh yeah, that'll be great. I used to love those. And I play it for a while and I get bored very quickly. I buy it for nostalgia. However, that being said, Frostpunk is one of those games as well, where I bought it thinking, oh, that'll be great, nostalgia. I used to love this sort of game. And then, but I expected to get bored of it, and I didn't. Frostpunk is like one of my best games that I've come across recently. That was last year. My best game of last year was Frostpunk, I think. Oh, I love it so much. Again, I've not had time to play it much recently. What takes longer to make, the lyrics or the animation? The animation, every time. Every time, the animation. Absolutely every time. Lyrics will take me anywhere from, unless I'm having real trouble with a song, like sometimes I struggle. I've written a couple of songs lately that I didn't quite have a clear idea for and took me a while to make. But generally, it'll take me like a few days to write the lyrics for a song. On and off. Maybe a week on and off. Animation will take me anywhere from 3 weeks to months and months and months. So, I have not played Dark Souls. No, it sounds far too ragey for me. Far too ragey. Let's get some power over here by disconnecting that and actually build a pole over.
The MAM has completed its analysis.
Good. The slug has been analysed. Good. We have no more slugs right now, so that's not much use to us immediately, but it will be. Let's build another one of those, because they're kind of limited in their output. Okay. What software do I use? I use the Adobe Suite. 99% of my stuff is the Adobe Suite. 99% of the stuff I do in the Adobe Suite is in After Effects and Photoshop and Premiere. It's such a pretty game. Isn't this pretty? Look how pretty this is. Right, so now we have 2 iron mines. And we can start pumping them out to make plates and rods. I think you can make anything else with plates. Oh, and screws. Well, screws come from rods. Okay, right. I've said it before, I cannot say anything in Molten Freddy's voice this evening because it's late and people are sleeping. I've not seen Heather's. I know Heather's is very popular, but I've not seen it. Or BMC. I don't know what does BMC stand for? Beam. Off the top of my head, I can't think what BMC is. But I'm sure I'll know it when you say it. Do I have Discord? There is a Discord server in the description. You are welcome to join. Do I ever sleep because of YouTube? No, I don't sleep often. I should sleep a lot more than I do. Okay, so let's get 2 smelters on the go. As soon as we unlock splitters, this is going to have to be redone as well. But at least let's get this going for now. Oh, too long. There we go. Okay, we now have 2 iron mines. We're moving up in the world, guys. Be more chill. I've not seen that. I've not heard of that. Could I play RuneScape? No. Not going back to that. Was my... when I was about 13, I was big into RuneScape. That was a long time ago. That's not ground I wish to retread. Oh, wait a minute. I think I just built a platform somewhere underground. Yeah. It built something, but I don't see where it went. Let's hockey that. My favourite faction in SCP. I'm going to full confession. I know you've asked us a lot, Dr. Puterson. Full confession about SCP. I really enjoy the premise of FCP. I've seen a lot of people play Containment Breach, and I've got a role in the upcoming SCP Blackout game, but I don't know a huge amount about the extended lore. Like, I did not know there were factions in SCP. I know about individual SCPs. If all I know about SCP is what's in the Containment Breach game, because I've seen a lot of it. but I don't know much about like factions and things. So feel free to crucify me, but that's the truth. Do I swear often in real life? I swear a lot, and I have to try and contain it because I try and be as non-sweary as possible on the internet. I try and have a nice family-friendly channel, but I do find myself swearing quite a bit IRL. Whoops. No, I will not be playing Roblox. No, I don't quite understand what a Roblox is. It looks like just weird, bad Minecraft. I know it's very popular. I don't really know what it is though. Oh, that is a good pro tip. That is a very good pro tip. That's a very good pro tip. Thank you. I should have thought of that. Thank you, Rat Mouse. Line these up in the middle so they line up with the constructors. That's a good point. I should have known that. There's one. And there's one. Nope, that's not going to work. There we are. And we do... Is that going to be long enough now? Yes. Okay, super. Ooh. Ooh. It's a bit of an awkward angle, but if it's going to let me do it, we'll take it. Okay. Iron ingot. Iron ingot. These all powered now. Oh, that's not powered. That needs a cable. Okay. Constructor. There, they all line up perfectly now. So let's have this one doing plates and this one doing rods. And then we'll get another smelter here and split that off into two when we can. We could probably do that with this one as well, but if we had more space. We'll come to that later. Do I play more computer or console games? Definitely computer. I have a PS4 I recently got, but I still play most games computer. The PlayStation I got was mainly for when I've got friends over and I want to like just... But it was always awkward if I had guests. I was like, hey, do you want to play some games? Sure. Everyone crowd into my little office space and crowd around my computer with the little monitor and, you know, play whatever. Whereas I've got a TV in the living room. It's like, right, I'm going to get a PS4, and that's primarily for when I've got people over who want to play like kart races and stuff. But yeah. Will I ever make a shirt that just says language? I feel like Captain America's already got that meme down. Like, it's not really fair of me to take that. Oh yeah, I know about the parts per minute efficiency. I'm really bad at keeping track of it. I don't really play this game for that min-maxing sort of efficiency. I just enjoy laying the factories out. But yeah, no, I should really pay more attention to like exact levels of overclocking to get the exact right amount of things at the exact right times. Do I have any pets? Well, none that live with me. I have a tortoise who lives with my mother. I can't have pets in this rental house. But from when I was very young, I have a pet tortoise. No power? No power? What do you mean no power? You're wired up, ain't you? Oh wait, no. That's not powered. Whoops. Oh dear. We're going to need more power. So it's not a lack of... Oh no, we are out of fuel. Oh, okay. Let's make some fuel, I guess. Good night, Mario. Roman numeral plays. I'm not good enough at Roman numerals to know that. Cool. Okay, we have some more fuel. top this one up as well whilst we're at it. But we are close to shorting out, if not that we just did. Cool, that's all. Wait, is that not? Oh, that is widened. Yeah, that's widened. Yeah. So let's also build one of these, an extra power plant, have it on the corner here. And wire that into the network as well. Gets a bit more capacity. We need more fuel. Now power. Oh, we've got to turn it on. I thought yeah, okay. That'll be why. I've never played Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. I've never played Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. It looks silly, looks fun, I guess. I've not really played it though. How do I do so many voices? Practice. When I was a kid, I always wanted to be a voice actor, so I just speak in silly voices a lot. If I'm home alone, I'm just walking around talking to myself in stupid voices, practicing. It drives my housemates mad, because I say when I'm home alone, but actually what I mean is when I'm home. Okay, let's get some storage going on. So this one was what was doing what? This was doing plates. Plates don't need to go anywhere. Plates are already, as is, storable. Yeah, I can see that No Man's Sky meets Subnautica. There are elements of both, but it's oh, it's backwards. I always do that. There we are. But I can't afford it. You know why I can't afford it? Because I deconstructed my iron plate factory. I do know about the Jackbox party Yes, I know about the Jackbox party packs. I have one of them. They are good. I might well do that for a Patreon stream at some point or something. I'm not sure. We'll see. You're right. We don't have enough of the plates. All right. Was I not just making plates? What was I doing if I wasn't making plates? I'm making something else. I think I was just making ingots. I always do this. I start making the ingots, then forget that I need to do something else with them. There we go. That should be enough at least to get us hooked up over here. Of course I'm an idiot. This thing's making plates, isn't it? I could have just gone here. Oh no, it's not powered. Okay. Another thing I forgot to plug in. Ah, dear. There we go. And now that's powered. Okay, we finally have iron plate production back online. Good. When will I end the stream? Probably not long, to be honest. It's getting quite late here. It's like coming up, well, it's just past 3. So I'll probably finish this little area and then call it a night. But I want to start making streams regular. So I think my goal is, like I say, August. I'm away for most of August. So my plan is to try and stream once a week. It's a gaming stream until I go, and then when I get back, bump that up to 2 a week. We'll see how that works out. So maybe like every Wednesday until I go away, I'll do a stream like this, and then when I get back, maybe Wednesdays and Fridays. I'm not certain yet. But also, like I mentioned earlier in the stream, if you weren't here, you might have missed it. Now I'm going to be doing some work streams. So like tomorrow, I might well stream some artwork for my upcoming FNAF video. It'll be a less interactive stream because I'll be working, so I won't really be talking to chat that much. It'll just be me drawing, and I might have some of my music on or something. But if you just want to get a look at how I put my videos together and how I do my artwork, then that'll be happening tomorrow. But because it's a work stream, not a gaming stream, it will be happening work hours, my time zone. Like, I game very late at night, so you folks in the US can see it. But it will be very early morning for the US because it'll be my work hours. So, but obviously the VOD will be up. You'll be able to watch the stream back at a later date if you want. So that's still a thing. Did I do it again? Did I build it backwards again? I think I did. I did. Okay, we have rods and we have plates back in production, both with their own dedicated miners now. So now I need to look at the milestone for splitters. Splitters are very useful. Someone asked a sec. Ooh, glitchy shadow. Early access, folks. What was I going to say? Someone a minute ago asked, oh, hey, Rustage, I got your messages about Spider-Man. I have seen Spider-Man. It's very good. Someone asked a minute ago. I missed who it was, I'm afraid. Someone asked if there are hostile mobs. Yes, there are hostile mobs. We've lucked out that it's pretty quiet around here. Most of the starting points are relatively calm. But you can see there are some mobs about. There's some really massive, they're called like elephant tick, giraffe ticks. They're huge, weird, fat, giraffe-y insect things that are totally harmless. They're not a hostile one, but there are a few of them about. But there are different hostile things, and there are more coming to the game as well. Of course, you're at the US. Yes, how was your flight? I forgot that you just flew out to the US. What was I doing? Oh yeah, the tier for conveyor splitters. Yes. Oh, that's easy. Oh, we can do that. Cool, let's do that. I mean, it's not super easy. We don't have most of it now, but we've probably got the wire, because we've left the wire to its own devices over here. I haven't given it any ore in a while, though. That's a fair point. Oh, I do have some. Let's give it some now. But how much did we leave in here? Oh, cool. We do actually have enough wire. Cool. Yeah, if you haven't seen Far From Home, it's very good. Spider-Man Far From Home, really good. And my favourite Marvel villain is Mysterio, so I was very happy. I was very, very happy that Mysterio, my favourite Marvel character, showed up. Right. Let's see how these things are getting on. Oh, yes. Also we finished the MARM research. Cool, yep, power slug. Flower. I've got flower petals. What do they do? Let's research that.
And converted into a power shard that functions with current fix-it technology. Several buildings would be capable of performing over 100% capacity if infused. The derived blueprint is now accessible in Hub Tier 1.
Would I speedrun any games? I doubt it. No, that's a skill that takes training. Like, you can't just say, I'm going to do a speedrun. It's like you need to train, and you need to train on a game. You need to pick a game and go, this is the game I would like to speedrun, and then you pour all your efforts into learning how to do that game quickly. Like, it's not a thing I have time to do. And no, I do not speak any other languages. My mother speaks French so well that people think she is French sometimes. I did not get that in the genes. Hello, Ninthy! I always forget if I'm saying that right. It's either Ninthy or Ninethy, and I really am sorry. Whenever I say it out loud, I double guess myself. And I've asked you before, and you've told me, and I've forgotten, which makes me feel even worse. Let's get some more copper ore whilst we're waiting. Press T, it's really cool. Oh, yeah, the emotes. Yeah, I know about the emotes. Apparently there's like a hidden Naruto emote, like that has a random chance of happening like once every thousand claps. You could do like a little Naruto hand gesture. I don't watch Naruto, but it's like the hand triangle magic thing. So anyone who likes Naruto, I apologise for butchering whatever the hand triangle magic thing is called. Can I sing All Star? Yes, I can if I wanted to. Good night, Meet the Medic. Farewell. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I'm not sure why the view counter just decided to stick at 62, but it makes me feel better about myself. For all I know, there's like 3 of you out there and you just keep changing accounts. Look at all these little leaves. We need all the leaves. We need coal power. We need coal power ASAP. Any hints on my next project? I've already said what my next project is. Well, kind of. I'm doing a FNAF VR song, but I'm also doing another song, and I don't know what order they're going to release in. So, your hint is that there's a 50% chance my next song will be FNAF VR. There's a 50% chance it won't be. Will you now, Rustage? Will you? Any advice on growing a moustache? Don't shave it. Do they say that if you like shave a lot, that it actually makes the hair grow back thicker? So maybe do shave it. Maybe shave like a lot and it'll come back really thick. I don't know. What was I doing? I went to get copper ore to put in the copper little factory over here, which is now incredibly far away from where the copper is, but we'll sort that eventually. What are my thoughts about Epic Games and the Epic Store? I don't know. Like, I mean, they seem to want the best for the games industry. There's the whole Tencent privacy thing that I don't know anything about, so I just choose not to think about it. I was very anti-Epic Store exclusivity for a while, but then I've realised like what a garbage fire Steam has become. Like really, like Steam are just sitting back and collecting the money and not moderating anything. So I'm not against it. This is, I mean, I got Epic for this game, really, and I haven't regretted it. Sure, it's like not very feature complete. The store itself is pretty bare bones. They're adding more to it, but as a platform, it's fine. I don't have an issue with it. Good night, Meat Poor. Thank you for joining us. Farewell. Farewell. You're surprised there aren't thousands here. I mean, bear in mind this is a new channel with only a few thousand subs, which is amazing actually that we have 3,000 subs and I haven't even released anything on this channel until today. The stream is the first public thing on this channel. So thank you every one of you who subscribed ahead of time and had faith in me. Come on. I've got a backup of ingots. Just take the ingots and go and make some myself. Oh, okay. This one's backed up. This one isn't. Okay, fair enough. What time is it in the UK? It is 3:15 in the morning. Glasses. Honest truth, I can't find my glasses right now. I put them down somewhere and I can't find them, so that's why no glasses. But I don't really need them. Like for they're long distance glasses. They help me see things far away, but at a desk I don't need to wear them. It's literally just an aesthetic thing. Okay, we have almost enough iron plates for splitters. Good night, Ratmouse55. I hope you enjoy playing it as much as I am. Oh, and that's power. That's the power has failed noise. We've either run out of fuel or we've peaked the system and drawn too much power. I imagine it's fuel. No, we've refilled them all quite recently. Maybe we went overboard. Don't be hesitant, Nancy. I mean, I'm not a salesman for Epic here. You do you. If you aren't comfortable with Epic, then you're uncomfortable with Epic. That's fine. But I wasn't keen on Epic, and eventually I realised that like I wasn't prepared to let games that I wanted to play escape me because I didn't want to use a platform. I admit I don't like the idea of individual game platforms, like, you know, Ubisoft have Uplay, which is just for Ubisoft games, and Bethesda have a Bethesda one just for Bethesda games. That's when it gets silly for me. I don't think I'd want too many more of these different platforms, but I don't mind Epic. Epic's certainly doing things a lot better I think, than Steam right now. Even if it is annoying that they're buying all these exclusives, ultimately those exclusives help the game better. So, like Satisfactory, they literally said when Satisfactory bought out that it meant they were able to not worry about making a loss on it so much, which was really cool. They were bought out for enough money that it meant that it didn't matter how many they sold. They could just make the game they wanted to make and didn't have to worry about sales so much because they'd bought out. Which you can look at as an annoying thing, but equally, if it helps the game developer make the game they want to make, then I can't really argue with it too much. Streams for bell ringers. Is that a thing? I think you can make a stream just for bell ringers, can you? We have power. We're back in business. We also are approaching enough things to get splitters. Do I like jazz? I love jazz. I was a jazz musician before I was ever a quote-unquote rapper. I don't like calling myself a rapper. I'm not a rapper. But, for iron rods. We're 40 iron rods away. That's true, I am the Jazz Corp. That is true. Okay, where we at? Where we at? Hey, we've got enough. We've got enough. Okay, let's get the rods in. Beautiful. And those last plates. Now we can look. Now this is different. Now we've got the full thing. We've upgraded the hub. We now have a rocket. We launch the rocket. You ready for this? We launch the rocket. We run outside. And we watch the rocket fly off.
Conveyor belts can now merge and split to increase the complexity and efficiency of your factory. The productivity display will help you measure and improve the productivity of individual buildings to aid with optimization.
And then I'll come back in 2 minutes 30. And do I have a PO box? I don't have a PO box, but I'm thinking of getting one. They're quite expensive, so I was sort of holding off until I thought there was enough use for one for it to warrant the cost. But if people would like to send me stuff, then I could certainly look at getting a PO box. I am planning on moving house relatively soon though, so I might have to like wait until I move, because otherwise I'll be setting up a PO box and then cancelling it and getting a different one like a few months later. Oh, that would be cool. We'll have to go again to fix it. I'm not sure how that would work, but it would be cool if you could. I played Space Engineers briefly, like me and some friends had it. We played it for like a month or two, like on and off, and it was fun. It was fun enough. It was a bit too convoluted, a little bit too complex. This is really approachable. This game, like it's in depth if you want it to be, but it doesn't feel like you can also play it quite casually. Whereas Space Engineers, I felt required a higher degree of dedication to learning it. Whereas this, you can ease yourself in, and if you want to get deeper, get technical, you can. And there's lots of scope for that, but it's not essential, and you can just play it pretty casually if you want, which is what I like about this game a lot. You can really min-max and get really efficient if you want, and I have not done that so much. I like just building fun factories. Right, we now have these things, by the way. Conveyor splitters and conveyor mergers. These are what we want. These are exciting. These let you split your conveyors off, so we can now go over here, put one of these on this conveyor belt, just like so. Is that on there? Yeah. No, wait, that's not on there. That's not on there. Is it? Conveyor splitter. Oh, it is on there. It feels weirdly low down. Okay, well, fine. And then we build, if we could afford it, another smelter, which we could afford. Super. Get that in there. And then we can not afford the conveyor belts because we spent them all getting the splitters. Super. Yeah, I mean, the whole premise of the game is being an industrialist and building a factory. So it'd be very hard to spin that into being an environmentalist. If you want to go against Fix-It, to work out a way to make the gameplay not about destroying the environment would be very tricky. Have I ever streamed a game that's too hard and makes me rage? I don't think so, but I did stream Bioshock last year, which I love Bioshock to bits, but there was a bug in Bioshock we found that I didn't know was a bug, so I just thought that I was being bad at the game, and I got stuck for like an hour on one little bit of the game, and it turns out because the game bugged out. There was an enemy I had to find and kill, but the enemy despawned, so I could never find it, and I was running around the level for like an hour, and I was raging so hard. I was so annoyed. That was the most rage I've got on stream, I think, was that Bioshock stream, because this enemy just disappeared off the face of the earth. We need more reinforced plates to build another constructor, which we can do. Let's actually do this. Let's also build one of these. I think I can afford this. Craft bench. This is basically what we have over there, but now it's over here, so I don't need to run back every time. I can now make stuff here. I should have done that before. Make some screws. Make 3 of these. Super. And now we have enough to build another one of these. Slots neatly in there. A bit tightly packed, but I kind of like that. And this is also going to be making rods, okay? Just like the other one. Let's power these up. What's the best way to do this? Keep trying to jump over that. Let's go out and around. Build a pole here. Also wire that into it. Wire this into... Any of these have a spare slot? Oh, it's still full. My gosh. Okay, well that there. The cables are going to start getting messy in a second. That's going to shut everything down, I bet. Oh no, it didn't. Okay. Cool. Everything's powered up now. This is making rods. Is that working? Have I told that to start making ingots? I don't think I told that what ingots to make. What time is it for me? It is 24 minutes past 3. Sorry, I got really into the game for a second there, which is it's a good thing because it's a good game. But I did ignore the chat for like 5 solid minutes there, so if I missed anything. Outer World, yeah, I'm looking forward to Outer Worlds as well. Definitely. Right, so now we're going to need another constructor because we're doing a double level construction here. We are going to make... Do we have enough plates? We have plenty of plates. More of these. Cool. And then we're going to make... I want screws on the end. I kind of want screws on the end, actually. Let's turn this off a second. Select the recipe. I want this to... Okay, so we need... organisation. One of these, which we can afford. Pop this in the middle. It's the right way around. And then we want to... build another constructor in between these two, like that. Connect that to there, connect that to there, and then connect this one up to here. So this one's now doing rods, this one also doing rods, but the rods come out and they go to here, they get immediately turned to screws, and then go to there. So we can wire this one in as well. Beautiful. That's it. We have a little iron pipeline. It's basic, but it is all the base iron things you can make. Plates, rods, and screws are all happening. How long have I been streaming? About 3.5 hours. Can I afford a tower? That'd be nice. Oh, I don't have a tower yet. I haven't unlocked it. Okay, never mind. So there you are, guys. That's base level satisfactorying. That is ultimate basics satisfactory for you there. I think that's where we'll call it for the night because it's been a while. It's been 3.5 hours. So I'll sign out. I'll give you a little tour of where we're at. So we've got this little. There's not much to give you a tour of, to be fair. Little iron thing here that's building our iron rods and our iron plates, and also making screws from said iron rods. For these 2 miners. Over the distance is a little copper mine that we haven't really hooked up to anything yet, which we'll have to do next time. A bit of power there. Here's our hub, and over there is a concrete factory and a copper wire factory, which again isn't hooked up to anything, so it's stopped because it's run out of copper. But let's see how much concrete we've got. We've left this thing to its own devices. This thing is entirely automated, just like the iron is over there now. So this has just been plugging away at itself for a while. Yeah, look at that. All that concrete just made, waiting for us. Let's take a bit of that, actually, just ready for next time. Let's sort our inventory out as well. There we are. Let's get back to the hub. Why not? Get in the home base. And we'll call it there. So let's save this. Save the game to Streamy Factory. Do I only have autosaves for this? I guess I haven't actually made a save yet. I thought it made a save file when you started the thing. Streamy Factory 1. Save. Confirm. Super. Okay. I love that transition. Right. Oh, I've got a bit of ungreen screened. Ignore that. Ignore that. It's all supposed to look very shiny and professional. I've got a green bit of card somewhere. I'll hold that there. There we go. Just pretend you don't see anything. Yeah. Let's call that. Let's leave the game. And let's have a good night. Good night, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on this, the very first stream on this, or the first public stream on this channel. Anyway, I did a test one. Yes, thank you for joining me. I'll say it again. I said at the beginning of the stream. This isn't sponsored. This is not an ad in any sense. But if you'd like to buy the game, if you're enjoying the game, or enjoying me to see me play the game, or try it for yourself, and you'd like to support me, I have the Epic Store Creator tag, which is in the description below. If you follow the link there and use the tag STUPENDIUM when you buy the game, then it won't get you anything special. There's no discount or anything, but it will give a little bit of the sale to me to help support me. And that goes for any game on Epic as well. That counts for any Epic Store purchase, be that a game or be that Fortnite V-Bucks or whatever. So if you'd like to do that, then you're more than welcome to, and I'd appreciate it. But equally, no pressure. And there's other creators out there who use the same system and are also well deserving of your support. But that's a thing. So if you'd like to buy the game and want to help me out. Anyway, thank you for... can I put the shiny glasses on again? I guess I could do that. I guess as we're ending the night, I could put the shiny glasses on. There we go. There you go. And you can see, you can read the chat. There you are. If I look at the right angle, can you see yourselves? It's like a mirror. There's the chat. There you are. These are so shiny. It's ridiculous how shiny these are. It's Gregception. Stupendiception. If you look in the lenses of the reflection of the lenses of the I go on for infinity. Infinity me. What a terrifying thought. I actually cannot read the chat myself, though. I can see the outline of it, but they darken the lens. The lens is so dark that the chat becomes almost unreadable. There you are. Have them up there. Good night, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. Like I say, there will be more streams. I'll try and do this again next Wednesday, and tomorrow I will be streaming some artwork, UK time in the afternoon. I won't be talking much because I'll be working, but if you'd like to tune in and just see me do some drawing for the upcoming FNAF video, then please do. And obviously that'll be watchable later as well, recorded if you can't make it, because it is an awkward time for a lot of you, I know. So, good night, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you all soon. Good night. Where's the button? It's a new system. Where's the button for the music? There it is. That's the music. And here is... I didn't even use my BRB screen, so it's just straight to stream over. There we are. Good night, everyone. Good night. Good night, Galaxy Cat First. Good night, that one girl. Good night, Irish Eyes. Good night. Farewell, Multiple Functions 231. Farewell, Doombringer. Adios, David Lynch. Pleasure to have you here. I love your work on Twin Peaks. Shanaz, au revoir. Thank you for being here. James Jams. Toodlepip. Toodlepip, James Jams. Sleep well, Senor Newt Newt. That's a good name, Senor Newt Newt. I like that. Colton Hinman. It's been a pleasure having you here. Absolute pleasure. Virgil. Goodbye. I'm running out of way to say goodbye. Goodbye, Virgil. Au revoir, Dr. Peterson. Nova Dog. Fare thee well, dear friend. The intermission song is a free piece of music from the YouTube Music Library. If you have a YouTube account, you can probably get it for free. It's called Chachapella. There you are. Crystal Calico. Good night. Good night. I think I've good nighted everyone now. Any names I've not seen? Guy Cusano, I didn't see you. Good night, Guy Cusano.